Shout out to Kopish.
Shout out to Kopish, guys.
Keep all the good work
the
up.
two legends, Emil Heskey, Howard Gill. Can't get much better than that, guys. Yeah. You know what to do now. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm with legends, guys.
Kopish.
Hello, lovely people. Hope you're well. Welcome back to another live show. Kopish catch up. A later show here. Going to be speaking about a few transfer rumours. Drifty's not in a good place at all. Hasn't been in a good place all day. Hopefully we can cheer him up. As always, guys, when we get behind the mic, please make sure you subscribe, comment, and like. I was going to ask you how you're doing, Drift, but I know you're not doing too great. I think this might be a rough summer for you. A rougher summer than I thought it was going to be.
Depends whether these are rumors or true things that we're hearing, basically.
All right, let's just get straight into it then. The first one is Ollie Watkins. Now, we've been linked with a move to Ollie Watkins. I take it with a pinch of salt. To pull the curtain back a little bit, I woke up this morning for work, check my phone as I do just before I leave out, just in case I have any emails or anything like that I got to attend to before I leave out. And I got a WhatsApp message. I'll paraphrase the WhatsApp message. Let me get it. Where is it? Hold on. Where is it? You didn't delete it. Oh yeah. Why have I woken up? Why have I woken up to slot wants Watkins in his first signing? To which Matt responds, I haven't seen anything. I hope that was just a nightmare for you. So here's the thing. The rumor has been started by the paper that we don't associate ourselves with. So I take it with a very, very big pinch of salt.
Remember, I didn't know that when I saw that.
I know. Plus, he signed a new deal last summer, if I'm not mistaken. Emery just signed a new deal, and Aston Villa are in a good place, whether it be Champions League, financially, and all sorts. Everything's all good. Big up brother Grizz in the comments. So straight away, Drift, you were against the idea of us signing Watkins. Now, I'm gonna play devil's advocate, and before I play devil's advocate, hopefully people see this before I start playing devil's advocate. Do you
want me to be honest before you play devil's advocate?
Yeah, go on then.
If this is a real story and it's not just the Sun being, who they are, I'm already slot out.
Yeah. I didn't realize you were that honest. Okay.
Yo, and I think I'm the most excited about Slot being our new manager out of all of us, right? I'd go on record as saying I'm probably the one who's the most optimistic about it. If he wants Ollie Watkins, I'm Slot out.
All right.
Is this the standards that he's coming in with? I really hope not.
All right, let me ask you a question. I'm just gonna. All right, it's a late show. Let's just go for it, boys. Is Nunez better than Watkins?
Yes. And if Nunez isn't good enough, why sell him to buy somebody who's the same level or worse anyway?
Matt, you're sipping your tea, but I'm coming to you next, bro.
Sorry, I'm trying to have my tea, bruv, in peace.
Matt, I'm going to ask you the same question. Is Watkins better than Nunez?
He's had a better season. I think
no,
that's the best.
Matt, I didn't ask that question.
No. The reason I'm saying better season is because Ollie Watkins has had an amazing season, but seasons prior, he was nowhere near doing what he's doing now. We have to keep it.
Sorry to cut you, Matt. Last season, he got 15 goals and 6 assists. The season before that, 11 goals and 2 assists. The season before that, 14 goals and 5 assists. I'll let you continue.
So he normally averages around 14.
That's extremely average.
So he's averaging around 14 a season.
It's average, but it's above what our striker's doing.
Do you know what it is?
At a way easier club to score goals in terms of pressure, playing a lot more minutes.
Drift, he gets less chances.
Aston Villa isn't even remotely as pressurizing as it is to play for Liverpool, Cal. Come on.
It's not about pressure, though. It's about the fact that he's getting less chances.
It's definitely about pressure, bro.
No, he's getting less chances and scoring more goals, bro.
No, but Aston Villa do play a very attacking style of football, so he does get a lot of chance. Remember, this is the same mute that cost Liverpool, not cost us as in it was his fault, but it's the same mute who's wasting chances in the game that we needed Villa to win so we could win the league. And what, we spin the block and all of a sudden he's good enough to play for us? Nah, let's not play this game, guys.
But we've also got a striker who's wasting chances and costing us games as well, Drift, bro.
Yeah, who's a lot younger. When Ollie Watkins is 23, 24, he's 27 now, right? So he's maturing. He's
28 now. He's 28
now. 28. So 4 years ago, Ollie Watkins was a championship footballer. Championship, guys.
And in the championship, he got 26 goals and 3 assists.
But we all know we don't count the championship. Otherwise, Kevin Phillips is one of the best players that we've ever seen.
No, but Kevin Phillips did it in the Prem as well.
He did have that one great season, though.
Kevin did it in the Prem as well.
No, I think Kevin Phillips was actually a good player. But what I'm saying is he never got rated because the majority of his career was in the championship.
But it's a 3-year age gap, Drift. Nunez is going to be 25. Watkins is 28.
And when Watkins was 25, he was dead food. Absolute dead food.
All right, so 3 years ago, Ollie Watkins. So for 2024, 21-22 season, Ollie Watkins got 11-2 with Aston Villa. That Aston Villa team was not very good either.
We know it's not the same. Listen, I do think it's a bit unfair to start.
Nunez got 9 goals this season.
All right, So all jokes aside, yeah, it's like
we got 11 in the league, Cal.
It's like me now saying Mateta
Nunez got
is
11
better than Nunez.
Yeah.
He's not better than Nunez. He's had a better season and he's had a great purple patch at the end of the season. And it's the same thing. Look, Watkins has had an amazing season again. But I can't really sit here and say, if you swap the two, Watkins does. He probably does a bit better, to be fair. Probably does because he's more settled and he understands the Prem and what it means. But I think we just got to look at it like this. Is Ollie Watkins the striker to take Liverpool forward? That's how you got to look at it. And that's why.
And this is the point. Actually, let me just make this. Let me make this very clear before people think, because everyone's just going to always do the comparison with Nunez because I like Nunez. I am not saying that Ollie Watkins is a rubbish footballer. I am saying Ollie Watkins is nowhere near Liverpool's standard. And people got to remember as well, even if you don't think Nunez has been good since he came to Liverpool, the club took a chance on a player who absolutely banged the season before we bought him. People keep forgetting that he scored 35 goals the season we signed him. So, yes, it hasn't worked out so far at Liverpool, but we took a chance on a player that had absolutely played brilliantly the season in the Champions League and in the league as well. Before people go, it was only the Portuguese league. He also played very well for Benfica that season in the Champions League as well. So we took a chance on the player. So far, it hasn't worked out the way people would want to. But he scored 35 goals that season. Ollie Watkins...
Stay there with it. Stay there with it, Drift. In the league, he got 26, which is excellent. But Nunez's stats the season before that was 6 in the league. So he's had one outlier season.
Yeah, of course, but back then he was really young, though, Kai. He's only about 20 or 21.
Again, I'm just giving the context. So in his career, 1920, he got 16-3 for Almeria. That was in the Segunda. That was in the second division of Spain.
Yeah.
So 16-3. So if we're not going to count the championship, we're not going to count those goals either. Then in Portugal, in his first season, he got 6 goals and 9 assists in 29 games. Next season, he got 26 in 28 with 4 assists, which is phenomenal. Since he's been at Liverpool, he's got 9 in 29 with 3 assists, and then in 36 games, he's got 11 and 8. So technically, that one season at Benfica, bro, is an outlier. That's not his norm.
No, I hear that, but at the time when we bought him, he was a 22-year-old who just come off the back of a brilliant season, and you saw his trajectory, right? That's what it would have been looked at. He's 22, you're taking a chance. The same way Man United took a chance on Højlund, who had only got like a small of 7 goals or something like that for Atalanta, and they went and paid 79 mil. The market for the forwards was a bit lacking at that time. But I'm not even doing this as a comparison to Nunez. As I said, I'm just doing what Matt just said. Ollie Watkins isn't the guy to take us forward. So if you're going to replace Nunez, which is what Ollie Watkins will be doing, you need to replace Nunez with somebody who is of a Liverpool standard. Ollie Watkins is not a Liverpool standard. So I'm not even doing the comparing him to Nunez thing. I'm just doing if Nunez is going to be replaced, can we start talking about Ivan Toney's, and can we start talking about Erling Haaland's and actual players who I think will actually, do you know what I mean, elevate the club? Not Ollie Watkins. Ollie Watkins is nowhere near good enough to be a Liverpool number 9.
One thing I will say.
Right,
though,
really sorry
is
to cut you. Sorry, so sorry, Matt. Really sorry to cut you. Ivan Toney, I'm glad you mentioned him. So Ivan Toney, so he's been in the Premier League for 3 seasons now. First season, he got 12 goals, 5 assists. Last season, he got 20 goals and 4 assists. This season, he's played 17, 4 and 2, but we know the conditions he's come back in, etc.
And plus, Brentford is extremely difficult to score for. Like, they're a defensive, lower level relegation team. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
that's not, again, true. They're a mid-table team. Aston Villa are obviously a better team than Brentford, create more chances, but Brentford aren't a low-level team. They've had a lower level this season.
They nearly got relegated. Tony's not been available. Remember last season, they nearly got relegated, bro.
We all believe that Tony's a better player than Watkins, but is it that big of a gap? If I'm going to ask genuinely, is it that big of a gap?
Yeah,
because I would say Tony's a better player, but I think Watkins might get you more goals over the course of a season.
Probably.
I think with a low block, which is what Liverpool play against a lot, Ollie Watkins would struggle. He's definitely an old school running in behind type of forward. I'm not saying he's crap.
He gets headers, he gets headers and all that as well, though, Drift. He scores headers as well.
I think he works better in the two. So here's another thing as well I wanted to add to the conversation. So with Ivan Toney, I think you get the best out of Ivan Toney when he plays with his strike partner in Burma, who can kind of stretch the defense. Ivan Toney kind of drop deep. They can link off one another. Yeah. Pause. Then you've got Watkins, who he can stretch the defense like Nunez, and he's probably more accomplished right now than Nunez is. Here's the thing. I would say Ollie Watkins is kind of where, in a weird way, he should be at 28 years of age. And that's kind of where you would think Nunez would be at that same age, but even better. So to that point, it doesn't make sense going to get, and as good as Ollie Watkins is, that makes sense to go and get Ollie Watkins, because really and truly, if he's 28, that's kind of what you would think Nunez would be at that age, if not better. Whereas I agree with Drift. You want to go and get that striker, in my opinion, like we keep saying, like me and you keep saying, Kyle, like Isak, right? Isak, I understand the injuries, but you can already tell Isak for his age. I think Isak is 20. He's kind of there already, and all you have to do with Isak is just make sure you can keep him fit and maybe rotate him a little bit more than maybe Newcastle was able to do, and maybe not even rush him back as well, because obviously they had problems with Callum Wilson, who had injury problems as well, so they kind of had to rush back Isak and whatnot. So that's the type of striker Liverpool should be going for. That's why I don't believe the article, but let's just say it was true. Me for one would be very, very disappointed going for Ollie Watkins, because again, the only way you can even think that it would be okay is if you get Ollie Watkins and Nunez is still here, and that's just because Slot thinks he can't rely on Jota. And in that case, Liverpool go, okay, with the new Champions League format, we're going to go forward with 3 strikers, knowing that Jota's probably going to pick up an injury, and maybe even Nunez for the amount of game time that'll be required. But I still don't want to see a striker like that. But that's the only way that I can make it make sense.
Let's take Isak off the table. Sorry, bro. Say that again.
I actually do. Remember, we spoke about this the other day. I think we do need 3 strikers because of Jota's injury issues.
So 2 questions now. So we say we need 3 strikers, or 3 questions, unfortunately. Sorry, boys. 1, there's no space if we're going to get another winger. 2, what happens to Jadon Dans? And 3, we probably will have to sell one of Nunez or Jota if we get a new striker. And as of right now, I think Nunez fetches you more money.
I agree with that. What I would say is, and again, I know people crucified you the other day when you said Nunez can be an option on the left.
I got it bad in the. Have you seen the comments?
You did. But the crazy thing is that there was a period during the season when he was playing well.
In real life.
There was a period of the season when he was playing well off the left, which confused me as to why people were so angry at you for suggesting it. Because there was even a period during the season when people themselves were saying, I think he's actually operating better off the left because he can make the inside runs. So people do always go up and down with their opinions. But Jota is a very versatile player. So even though we all agree that he's better in front of goal than the majority of the players we have, he's also really good as a wide player as well. He substituted him for Salah brilliantly on the right wing during AFCON and the injury before he got his injury. And he's also operated brilliantly off the left for us. So he's a flexible option across the front, Cal. So even though he can play up front, he's also somebody who varies his game and can play in other roles. So he's not pigeonholed to just one position.
Sorry to cut you again, Drew.
Technically,
The reason I agree with you. The reason why I think it's a bad idea to do that with Jota though is because of the robustness or lack of robustness.
The thing is though, bro, I think he gets impact injuries rather than muscular ones. So I don't think it matters where he plays.
No,
like the poor guy was out this season because man landed on him. Do you know? You can't
that one was unlucky, but I think the other injuries have pretty much been muscle or non-impact.
Hasn't it only been a hamstring? Wasn't that the only time it was muscle? Because it was a knee before that.
The one against Midtjylland, that was an impact injury, if I'm not mistaken.
It was his knee, right? That was the one
someone went into knee injury. Do you know what? Here's the question I wanted to ask you, and I'll obviously ask Matt when he's back on as well. If it's not Isak, who? Because I'm seeing a couple people saying Xerxes. On like watching Xerxes play, he's one of those players I'd pay to watch, but I don't know if he's going to give you the output. Now, granted, he's doing it at Bologna at the moment, so it's difficult to say. But Xerxes, he's got height, he's got strength, he's got good pace, he's got feet for days, he's got creativity. He's got the full package in terms of you look at him and think, right, if he's a pair of better players, he could do a madness potentially.
Let me check.
Again, it's another project.
What about two other strikers that just came to my mind? You've got Lewis Openda, who I think has been on a good trajectory from Lens to RB, and then you've got Gokes, that's how you pronounce it, from at Sporting. What surprised me about him, which I didn't realize, he had a stint, I believe, at Coventry.
Yeah,
if I'm not mistaken, in the Championship.
Statistically, Xerxes wasn't that good though. Statistically,
no, he's not great statistically.
He's got 11 goals, so he literally scored the same amount of goals.
I'm glad you said that. If you go look at Isak's goal scoring record over the years, you know Isak ain't really been that guy.
Yeah,
really,
no, but Matt, I've been the first person to say that I think Isak is slightly being overhyped. Like, I think he's a brilliant footballer. I think people are kind of overhyping him.
What I would say,
people are acting like he just scores goals for fun, like he never misses. Did you see him against Man United?
He was moved around at Sociedad.
He was, and at Dortmund, he just had one. I think he didn't settle at Dortmund because he only had one season there, and I think they kind of just was just like
he's very young at Dortmund, as we realized.
So, but what I'm saying is, for Isak here, he wasn't prolific, right? But there was a player there and he could score goals, but you had to put him in the right environment. Whereas now at Newcastle, where the team is a bit more built around him, he can now do his thing. Do you get what I'm trying to say? And that might be some of the cases for some of the other strikers that haven't got the highest goal scoring record. Do you see what I mean?
Me personally, I think.
Sorry, guys, give me 1 second. Apologies.
I think Isak is so talented in terms of his ability. People are fixating on that. And he's a scorer of wonderful goals. Like, you see some of Isak's goals and they're like individual brilliance. Take on 2-3 man, chop the last guy, bang, top bins. You're like, ooh! Now he's capable of that. But I don't truly believe that he's the type of forward that will be like a 25, 30 goal a season, man. I could be totally wrong, but I don't think Isak is a 25, 30 goal a season, man. I think he's a 15 to 18 a season goal, man. And some of the goals are going to be just so wild, you'll be caught up in the moment of it all. So that's just my opinion.
That's the next question I wanted to ask, though. So we've seen Bobby Firmino, the false nine of all false nines. We've got Nunez and Jota, who are... Jota's kind of a hybrid, to be fair. He's not a great false nine, but he's a very good finisher. He's like a Firmino light and a Robbie Fowler light mixed into one. And then you've got Nunez, who's almost an out-and-out striker, right? Do we want to stick with an out-and-out striker, or do we want someone who's better at linking the play? Because if we do, Xerxes might be the guy. He's got 2 years left on his deal.
I want both, Cal, which is why my ideal person would have been Harry Kane. And that was always a pipe dream, but that was why I always wanted.
That's all of our dreams, bro. Like,
but isn't Ivan Toney like a version of Harry Kane, though. That's why I think he'd be the perfect player for us to buy. Because
I
he's
don't
almost
think
like,
that-
see, if Harry Kane's a 10 out of 10, and he's like an 8 out of 10. So he's nowhere on Kane's, but he's still brilliant. Do you get what I'm saying? Like,
No, I hear you. Yeah,
that's who I want. I want Ivan Toney, man. I think Toney at Liverpool would bang.
he might
Like-
do, but then I'll ask you at the age of 28, coming off the season he just had where he barely played any football because of him not being allowed to play football. Is that not just as much of a risk?
It is, but he's only going to be 35 to 40 mil. When people talk about Toney like 60, 70 mil, I would have said, okay, yeah, maybe that's a bit of a risk, especially at his age and what he's done. But bro, apparently there's a lot of credible sources that are saying it will only cost 35, 40 mil max to get him out of Brentford. In today's day and age, that's nothing really. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Well, for Toney.
Yeah, but that's not really a risk for me. 35, 40 mil, like, and if he bangs, it's amazing. If he doesn't,
Tony's 28 as well, isn't he?
He's the same age as Watkins.
He would be like the experienced striker. The thing is, if you get Toney for how much do you say he was apparently?
It's between 35 to 40 max. They're saying
if he's that amount, I think we could do worse than getting. Do you know what I mean? I think. Because again, he's a completely different player to Watkins as well. He's more.
No, sorry to cut you. Jota's going to be 28 this year as well, though, right?
Is he?
Yeah. Remember, Jota's been at Liverpool 5 years now.
That's why it's high, boy.
I didn't.
We've had him. We bought him in 2009.
Was it the 2020 season?
The 2020.
It was.
Oh
yeah,
2020. Yeah, so he's been there for 4 years. Yeah.
Raw.
Time flies.
And I'm at 23.
That's
So
crazy.
he's gonna be. Yeah, it's mad, isn't it? One more name, guys. I feel like I'm gonna get shut down. But I'm gonna ask the question regardless because we have a buyback clause. Apparently, he's homegrown. He has been at the club before, and he's just come off the back of a very good season. Solanke, would anyone do it?
He's in that same kind of bracket, except for.
I'd take Solanke over Watkins.
Solanke is gonna be 27 this year.
I don't want to bring him back, but I would take him more than I would take Watkins.
I don't know. As good as the season that he has, he's the one where you say he's even got less experience in terms of his goal scoring exploits.
Yeah, he's only had one very good
whereas
season.
Watkins has kind of had like a steady 14, 15, 11. Solanke's just gone from like, I don't know how many in the season before, like in the championship he done well, but in the Prem. Yeah.
Let me go fully crazy here. Maybe he might not even be too crazy because Edwards is a bit of a madman, and he's got full control now.
Oh boy.
Let's say there was a world where we sold Nunez and Jota. Who would be the two strikers you'd bring in?
By the way, I'd be devastated if we did that.
So both of them.
Yeah. Let's say we got 40 mil for Jota, and let's say we got 70 mil for Nunez. So 110 mil. Two strikers. What are you saying?
We ain't getting 70 mil for Nunez, bro.
I think we could. I genuinely think we could.
50 max.
I reckon 50.
We might be getting 20 mil for Sepp Vandenberg, bro. Edwards is back now, bro. This is a different.
That is kind of I reckon it'd be 50 with add-ons or something like that.
Yeah,
brother. Edwards got dirt on everyone.
Let's just say 100 mil for both Edwards to be a bit more realistic.
Bro.
Probably
got dirt on us.
Probably does, to be fair.
Let's say 100 mil for both of them to be realistic. Like we got 100 mil for both Jota and Nunez.
So what? 60 and 40, yeah,
or 45 and 55. Yes. Whatever.
Cool, run it.
Because we could easily get 45 for Jota. Someone like Newcastle, if they sold Isak, Jota would be like the perfect Newcastle replacement.
Teams out there need strikers that are deadly. And they might think that if we can just keep Jota available, remember, we kind of know Jota, when it comes to finishing, Jota is that guy in it. We know he is. He's predatory. It's just keeping him on the pitch, innit? Do you know what I mean?
Toney would definitely be one, without a shadow of a doubt. And then...
But that 100 mil is not a lot to get two strikers, you know?
No, but you can put someone on top. You can put someone on top, man.
Yeah, you can put some money on top.
I would go.
You've given wifey £100, but she's obviously got her own money. So you're like, babe, whatever dress you want to buy is 100, and then if it's more than that, you put the rest on top.
If we're doing that, I'm saying Isak.
Which is the whole 100 already.
You said we've got money. This is
No,
Edwards,
no,
innit?
I know,
We've got
I'm
money.
just saying.
But we said the other day Isak's not realistic, innit?
Ah,
Again, Isak's the one we all want. Let's disregard
Here we go.
Isak because we
party pooper cow. Boo. Here we go. No, do you know what? All right then.
Does it have to be 2 strikers, or can it just be 2 players?
It could be a wing. It could be like a wing. Because
no, forget wing. We'll sort out wing. Remember, boys, we've just lost 2 strikers. We can't go into the season with 1 striker and Dan's. That's very risky.
I would say Tony and Isak, but you lot would say that's too much money.
You know what? I stand corrected. Let me not put that down because obviously Salah could play there as well potentially at a push.
Up front.
At a push.
So you go Tony and Salah for the strikers, and then you buy a right winger instead.
No, I've got it.
That don't move me.
Isak and Openda.
What?
What do you mean?
What? And you want players as well as those 2, bro? Come on, Matthew, man.
No, but you said we've got spending money as well. It's not.
Bro, we got 100 mil, bro. Not 100
bill.
bill.
No, but this is but Openda I think will cost like. Actually, how much did Openda cost?
Can I ask everybody a question?
Oh, go on for Matt tonight, bro.
Because this
Openda.
No, guys, this
is wrong with Openda, but Openda and Isak, bro.
Michael Edwards might be able to cook up something.
I just want to ask everyone a question because I find it extremely funny how football works. And this is what I'm saying about like recency bias. People don't even realize when it's happening to them. Myself included. I'm not going to act like this hasn't happened to me. I just think I do notice it more than other people do. We had this conversation about 6 months ago, and I heard every single person tell me that the best striker in the world right now that was available was Osimhen. How comes nobody in the comments, nobody at all, 6 months down the line, is even remotely talking about Osimhen anymore?
Because of the price.
His value.
But Carl, I was told he was the gunman of all gunmen, bruv. I was told he's the best striker in the world.
I still think there's I never said the best
People
striker.
were saying after Haaland, it was Osimhen.
No.
6 months ago, I remember, bro.
If you got to remember, do you know why you're holding on to this argument? Because last year when we was talking about it, people were saying Osimhen was better than Nunez.
No, forget that argument, bro.
But that's what it started. Osimhen only started.
People were telling me after Haaland, Osimhen was the best striker in the world.
I kid you not, Osimhen's name was only brought up last year when Darwin Nunez.
Yeah, after Napoli won the league. And I told everybody that was his only breakout season. Stop gassing him up. And everyone was like, no, he's the truth. He's the truth. He's the man. Nobody's talking about him anymore. I'm just confused. I'm just confused. Why has no one said Osimhen?
Because I've said Osimhen is better than Nunez.
No, but forget Nunez. We got to stop comparing everyone to.
No, but that was the argument. That was actually the argument that I brought.
No, Matt, it wasn't. Everybody was saying Osimhen's the second best striker in the world behind Haaland.
I kid you not. There was a big debate about who was better. And yes, you're right.
Yeah, we had a debate about
saying,
it. I remember that.
No, you kept on saying, he's just hype. I was like, bro, he's won Napoli the league. You know, we can't say that.
People, I think we got into a discussion in our community about it.
And listen, Osimhen had an amazing season, bro. We can't take that away from him.
All right, so
I
sorry
was
to
told
cut you,
that
bro.
Osimhen is the second best striker in the world.
Osimhen got 15 goals, 3 assists in 25 games last season. And that was in a bad
Why is no one
team.
talking about him anymore?
But
honestly, the reason I've not spoken about him is because I just didn't think he'd be in our price range at all. Like if we're saying
Osimhen's still a good striker,
but if we're saying Isak's unrealistic for the price and all that, Osimhen's going to cost even more than Isak.
No, but Osimhen's actually got £105 million buyout, Cal. So it's easier than Isak. You just pay the money and you get.
No, but you wouldn't have to pay that much for Isak, bro.
Bro, you have to pay way more than that for.
Yeah,
Isak's 120 easy, Matt. 120
Isak 120.
Oh, I don't know about 120. I was going to go maybe 110.
Guys, Newcastle spent 70 mil on him. He's way better than when they bought him. And if they're going to sell him, they're going to want to make sure they maximize their profit. He's 120, you man. I'm telling you. Isak is going to cost 120.
Sorry, shout out to Azuka Fred. Anyone taking Evan Ferguson?
Way too raw of a talent at this stage.
No, he's not.
Matt rolled his eyes, you know.
He's good. No, he's good. He's good. No, but I'm saying looking at the two players, how they fit stylistically, Osimhen again is like a Nunez-esque type player.
Oh, hold on, but
In my
wait there, because when I said that at the time, I got crucified. I got told he's way better, he's got more tech, he's better in the air. I got crucified when I said
I hate
that.
to say it, no, but if we're
everything,
going up,
no, because he has got all of those things, Drift.
but
He
he's
hasn't
just
got
better.
more tech than Nunez. They're very similar. Osimhen's not a
he's
technically gifted
absolutely
footballer.
got more tech than Nunez, bro. It's
Oh
not even
my
close.
God, Osimhen is not technically gifted.
Bruv,
He's not.
No.
Yeah, I never said he's technically
He's not
gifted,
technically gifted, but
but
he's
he's
better
way better
technically
technically than Nunez.
That's
like,
not a
as in
bad
way
thing.
better.
He's just better technically.
Nah, he's not. But anyway, let's not keep doing the Nunez comparison. But all I want to know, I'm just very confused as to why. I'm not just talking to you, I'm talking to everyone in the community. We're all here, all of us, all 800 of us right now. Why is Osimhen not even remotely being mentioned anymore? When 6 months ago, everyone told me it would be the most sensational thing Liverpool could do, which would be to buy Osimhen.
Because I don't think we're in that place where we're going to get him, Drift. That's why I have not mentioned him. The same way I've not mentioned Mbappe or Harry Kane and other strikers. We're not going to get those, man. We're just not.
A lot of people are saying he's going.
That might be how you feel, Cal, but I think most people have realized he's not that good. That's what I think.
I still think he's a good striker, you know. I still think
he's a good striker.
But
he's not the gas that he was getting. He was getting gassed.
How old is Osimhen?
Hyped up.
Osimhen is
but bro, if someone wins
25.
the league, he's 25 years of age. He's the same age as Nunez.
He's pretty much same age as Darwin.
Same age as Nunez. And again, he's won a title with Napoli, not Inter Milan or even AC Milan.
Statistically, there's actually only something like 10 goals between them in their whole career. I actually did some research on it out of curiosity. Like literally, there's only in their whole because they're the same age, and in their club careers, there's literally only 10 goals difference between them or something like that.
It can't be, Drift, because at Lille he got 13. At Napoli in his first season he got 10, then 14, then 26, then 15. It can never be.
Yeah, and Nunez has got very similar numbers.
He hasn't.
He has, bruv. Look,
he hasn't.
I don't even know where it is. I remember, I think Osimhen only had something like 10 more goals in his club career. It's long to go through it now, but I remember I was going through it.
You do the math for you, Drift. He got 32 at Benfica.
The thing is, when you keep on saying that, are you only talking about the league? Because when you're saying that, I'm guessing you're only talking about the league. I'm talking about career goals, as in career goals, including Champions League, cup games, and all that stuff. Not
their
only
whole
just
career.
the league. Yeah, Osimhen only had 10 more goals than Nunez in their club career.
Bro,
Osimhen weren't playing European football though.
But that's besides the point. I'm just trying to say there ain't much between these two.
That is kind of the point. If he's got 10 more and he's played less games,
they got to be in the same competition to make it fair.
Well, we all talk about who you're playing against, right? And some of those seasons is Champions League. So Nunez is scoring them goals in bigger opportunities, in harder games to score it.
Hence why I wasn't speaking about Champions League and all that. But
I'm saying Nunez has done it. Osimhen's Champions League record is terrible. It's actually terrible. If you go and have a look at his Champions League record, I think he's only scored 3 goals in Champions League. Or so. All I'm saying is I got slewed.
No, Osimhen
when I said I wouldn't swap Nunez.
He got 5 goals last season. He got 2 this season. He's got 7.
Well, yeah, say that was it. 5, yeah. Because remember, we had this conversation when I did this research. It was half a year ago, so I haven't checked on it since. But at the time when I did it, Osimhen had 10 goals more at the most, something like that. And I'm like, these people are saying Osimhen's the best thing since sliced bread, and Nunez is a piece of donkey poo. And there's only 10 goals between them in their club.
I think there's only 1 goal between Nunez and Osimhen at Champions League level.
Well, that's because he's had a season without Champions League, Nunez, isn't it? So obviously,
no, Osimhen's only played two seasons in the Champions League in his career. Last season and this season.
No, I'm saying Nunez just went a whole year without Champions League, so obviously that would have given Osimhen.
No, sorry, he played 1920, so he's got 2 in 1920, and then last season he got 5, and this season he's got 2, so he's got 9 overall. Nunez.
If you want me to really go and try and find where I wrote it all,
I'm looking at the stats now. Nunez got
Osimhen
6 goals
had about
in the Champions
10
League.
goals more in his career than Nunez. Anyway, I didn't even want to get into the Nunez thing. I just wanted to ask why nobody's banging about Osimhen anymore. That's all. I just wanted to know why all of a sudden everybody's gone off Osimhen. Because 6 months ago, a year ago, everybody told me he was the greatest striker after Haaland. Like literally, I was told after Haaland, Osimhen's the best striker in the world. So I just want to know why everybody.
But you
has
can throw
changed
the
their
argument
mind.
the other way, and you could say everyone told me and Matt that Nunez would bang this season, and he didn't.
No, but bruv, listen, we got to stop thinking about Nunez.
No,
I'm just
no,
asking about
but we have to
Osimhen.
speak about Nunez and Jota here because those are the two players that are effectively looking to upgrade on effectively.
No, but we're talking about replacements. Forget those two. I'm just talking about compare Osimhen with Ivan Toney or Isak, or like he's got to be compared with the people we're thinking of buying. Like, let's stop doing the Nunez comparison thing because obviously,
if we're going to compare Osimhen to the other guy, there's not a world we're sitting there saying that Osimhen's not better than Watkins, Solanke, Toney, and all these man. We can't be.
Osimhen is not better than Toney.
As a footballer, he's not. As a striker, he is.
No, I mean this is opinions. I don't think he is. Not even. I don't think he is at all. I think Ivan Toney is a better striker than Osimhen. I think he's got a much more well-rounded game, bro. Much more well-rounded game. He doesn't ghost as much. Like Osimhen, whenever I watch Osimhen, he goes ghosting a lot during games. Like a lot. But anyway.
I think that's harsh.
I'm just surprised nobody's talking about Osimhen anymore. That's it. That's all.
Well, people in the chat, that's over to you. Who do you want to see come in? It's not going to be Watkins, I don't think. But who do you want to see potentially come in? I want to ask you guys a question as well, which will make sense towards the end of the show. But I need you guys to start answering the question now, and I'll remind you. So I want you guys to tell me who you think the current best player is at these clubs. Arsenal, Liverpool, Chelsea, Man United, Man City, and Spurs. And Newcastle. Let's throw Newcastle in there and Villa.
What, out loud or just think about it to myself?
No. This is for everyone in the comments. Who is the best? Who do you think is the best player at those teams? So Arsenal, Man City, Liverpool, Chelsea, Man United, Newcastle, Spurs. Current best players, not of all time, just their current best player in their squad. Trying to cook up something here. Right. Let's move on to the topic. Alisson Becker was subject of a bid from Saudi Pro League, apparently. A massive offer, apparently. A massive salary offer as well. However, it's been shut down. It's been rejected by club and player. Should we still be worried?
Yes and no. The no is because I think that Allison is a very loyal person from what I can tell. And I think as long as the club want him and the club is doing well, I think he'd want to be a part of the family. Yes, be worried. Because any interest in any of our players is always has the potential to be unsettling to the player, so to speak. And especially from Saudi, you have to always worry a little bit about when they're throwing the bag at somebody. What Saudi are trying to do, Cal, is they're trying to get the best players because they want the caliber of their league to go up, right? Mm. So when you look at someone like Mbappe, do you remember the bag they were willing to throw at him for just 1 year of him playing in Saudi? Yeah. Just 1 year, they were going to throw a stupid amount of money at him. Allison at 32 is like in his prime. A 32-year-old goalkeeper is in his prime. He's the best goalie in the world. We all say that without a shadow of a doubt. Yeah, so that's a massive statement to get him to go and play in that league. A massive statement. And he's Brazilian. Everybody loves a Brazilian. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I'm just worried that it won't go away. So it's not this season even so much I'm worried about. What about next summer or January? If they keep on coming and poking the bear, brother, and being like, we'll up it by 20 grand a week. We'll up it by 30. Do you know what I mean? You never know if it might tempt somebody eventually to be like, bloody hell. And the other thing that scares me a little bit is, what if other clubs start thinking, yeah, I wonder if you can get Allison. And then you get other teams. I don't even want to name names and give them any ideas. And then you have other big boys in the world. And then they start going, actually, let's test the waters and let's see what I go on with this. That's what worries me about Ali.
I hear it.
Ali leaving Liverpool will almost be as devastating as Klopp leaving, but just in a different way. I can't live in a world where Alisson leaves Liverpool, bro. Nah, bro. Well, we go back to them old days, bro. Where we're worried about the bro. Nah, we've been spoiled with Ali, and I like being spoiled.
Yeah. No, I hear it. I look at players around the squad and I think I'd hate to lose that player, but we could potentially replace that player in it now or in a year's time. Maybe it's ignorance for me because I don't tend to watch goalkeepers like I used to. I can't think of a goalkeeper that I'd go and get that makes me go, he's not Allison yet, but he might be in a year's time. Because there's literally no one.
They don't exist, Cal.
Like he's that good.
They don't.
Has he got a mistake in him? Yeah, he has. Just like every single other goalkeeper. But I tell you what, the amount of games he's won us, incredible.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
I don't think we lose him. I don't think we lose him.
Costa, mate.
What, the Costa from Porto? No.
Yeah, he's not
we
good.
We packed him out.
He's not
packed him out bad.
What's this about Alisson and Saudi links and them thing there?
Yeah.
Alisson is we're talking about just how devastating the BV left, bro. Maybe I'm going over the top as a Liverpool fan.
Yeah,
Alisson is so far ahead of everybody else in terms of his level of goalkeeping. I think he's comparable to Messi and everybody else, where Messi was like balling out. Like, you know, when it was just like there was just nobody you could I know people did the Ronaldo thing, but Messi is just so good, there was just no comparison. Alisson is the Messi of the goalkeepers. It's not even close if you try and bring anybody you name me, isn't even remotely close to Alisson.
He's the one player I can say that, like, you see, like, obviously you got Saudi trying to go after a few of our players, but he's I just don't see it. Like, he's in the prime of his goalkeeping life right now. If anything, you would expect Ali to be linked to teams like Barcelona.
Don't say their names, bro, because they get ideas.
But you know who the top teams are, not Saudi. Yes, they want to improve the league and whatnot, but it just doesn't make sense. If he was like on the verge of like done, so to speak, then maybe we could have that conversation. But he's far from it. He's got like another 4 or 5 years at the highest level, probably. So I'm not worried about Alisson leaving Liverpool, even with the amount of money. Alisson strikes me one of the players that's actually loyal, even from the way how he carries himself.
Funny. Matt's literally saying what I was saying before Matt came back. It's funny.
Oh, is it? Oh, fair play. Yeah,
almost word for word, bruv. You're literally repeat like it's actually crazy, and we haven't even spoken about this.
Well, there you go. Like, bruv, Ali's the guy, bruv. I just don't see him leaving. He's the one player in the squad. I think out of if all the links that's happened to in terms of from Saudi, not worried. Others more so, but not him. At all.
By the way, people, when I was saying he's the Messi of goalkeepers, I mean how much better he is than everyone else at the time. I don't mean he's the best goalie ever, like how people say Messi is. People are going to take that. I'm talking about when Messi was balling out and everybody knew nobody could compare to him. That's like Allison right now. There's just no comparison. There just isn't. You can bring me any goalie around the world and it's just no comparison to Allison. Allison is a level or two above everyone you're going to bring me.
Cool. I wouldn't say he's a level above. I think he's better than Courtois. I wouldn't say he's a level above Courtois, though.
Nah, he is, Cal, because Courtois with a ball at his feet can't talk to Ali.
There's an argument to say Courtois might be an even better shot stopper than Ali, though.
Nah, I don't agree with that either. If people say that, that's fine, but I don't agree with that either.
Courtois is fake, though.
Courtois is definitely the next one. Courtois is the one down, definitely.
Do you know what I used to think was up there at one point, but I don't know what's happened to Stegen. I used to think Stegen.
No, at one point Stegen was because
I will say this though: his distribution is insane.
He got the best distribution out of the bunch.
That's what I was going. I think Stegen. Actually, do you know what it is? He's more ambidextrous.
I think he's got better distribution than Edison, personally.
Yeah, because he can use both. He's ambidextrous. He can use both.
That's a tough one because Edison's distribution is second.
But Edison on his right foot ain't the same, bro.
Yeah, Edison on his right.
On his left, bro. He can ping a ball like he's Van Dijk, bro. It's actually stupid.
No, to Stegen's distribution. But this is the thing. Ali might not be as good with his feet as these guys, but he's the most complete goalkeeper out of every goalkeeper. Like, because he is good with his feet. Maybe not as good as these guys.
Don't
And you got to remember,
fraud.
he's also better off of his line. He's the best one-on-one goalkeeper. Because this is the thing, Allison don't just have one dynamic. He's quicker off his line. He's better at one-on-ones. His shot stopping is sensational. Like, he's got everything. He's just the most well-rounded goalkeeper in the world. Like, it's crazy how good he is.
That statement right there.
I would say Courtois,
but I wouldn't say he's a level above.
No, I think he is, Cal, because of all them other things. Courtois not nowhere near as close as being good on that line.
Ali, Oblak's a very good goalkeeper as well.
Oblak is cold, but I've seen
shot stopping. Oblak's sensational, but he's not good with the ball at his feet.
Command of his area, Oblak's pretty good as well.
Yeah,
he is. But again, in this modern football where you want your goalie to be good at distribution, Oblak's not that.
Oblak is probably top 5 in the world. You know, like in no order: Alisson, who did we say a minute ago? Courtois. Oblak,
and if I'm not mistaken, Oblak's kind of coming to the end. Isn't he about 35 now?
Do you man still rate Edison?
I think Edison's good with the ball. I don't think he's a good goalkeeper.
Yeah, I've never rated Edison that high.
Do you know what? I'm actually wrong. Oblak's actually the same age as Allison. Maybe Oblak, but he's not good with the ball at his feet. That's the only thing about Oblak.
Sorry to cut you. Is there a world where Neuer is still top 5 as well?
He probably 5.
He might still be top 5, you know.
No, he is a good goalkeeper, but
good. Not. Bro, Neuer's had like.
We're not talking career. We're not talking career. He's possibly one of the greatest of all time career. But I'm not
possibly. Definitely is one of the greatest.
Did you see the save Neuer made against? Was it Neuer? He made some crazy double save.
But Neuer, you know what? To be harsh in the situation, Neuer's also the reason why Bayern Munich aren't in the Champions League.
Hold on, guys. Who made that crazy save? It was against Real Madrid, so it might have not been Neuer because Real Madrid did they face Bayern? Am I going mad?
Real Madrid did play.
Yeah, they did.
But Neuer's the reason Real Madrid are in the final.
Sorry, I'm going mad. It was that. Do you remember that double save? I think it was Rodrigo and someone else. I think one of the craziest double saves you man will see. Like he's
Neuer's
actually
a goat.
fake.
Neuer's a goat. There's no doubt about that. But he's 40 now.
Still cold.
I don't think that he is.
Bro, he's fine
at this current time better than Oblak or Courtois or Alisson.
Ter Stegen.
Nah, I probably wouldn't put him above. Maybe he's 5th or 6th. I wouldn't put him above the others currently. Career-wise, 100%. I think maybe Buffon, Allison, like there's not many goalies you'd be able to put in a conversation with Neuer.
Neuer goes into like best of all time, like in that conversation. Like
yeah. I mean, we've got to remember a lot of it is down to longevity as well. He's been a goalkeeper for 9 years longer than a lot of these guys.
No, but I'm just saying, when it's all said and done now, but Neuer is just even now he's 40. I know he's not as agile as he was, but
Peak Neuer was disgusting. Peak Neuer was absolutely disgusting.
But he was fake.
Like he's absolutely disgusting because he was a well-rounded goalkeeper. He was like Alisson. Peak Neuer had no flaws in his game. Off his line, ball at his feet.
He used to scare the attackers on the one-on-one. You see man commanding the area, like
Neuer was fake.
I think that's the best word. He was scary.
Yeah.
So we're all in agreement. We think Allison will stay at least this summer, right?
I think so. I think he's
barring anything crazy.
Yeah. Unless, and again, think of it. They'd have to offer something like, I don't even know, like something stupid for a goalkeeper.
It'd have to be in the 100. It would have to be in the 100.
But yeah, for Liverpool to even consider, Liverpool aren't gonna get rid of Allison. No chance.
You know what? I think that this is probably about right.
Is this of all time?
Yeah, I mean, if we're talking all time, I think there are a few other people that are like way beyond our time that you might have to consider. Do you know what I'm saying? Like even one of our very own. Do you know what I mean? Like there are some goalkeepers who probably, but it's difficult for us because we didn't watch them play.
Even the Manx goalkeeper, as much as I hate him.
Czech's got to be in the conversation, you know, boys.
You know what? Czech, that's a shout still. Czech.
And Schmeichel has to be in there.
Schmeichel's got to be in there.
I think Schmeichel's peak was too short to be compared to some of these guys. Because like when you really deep it, Schmeichel's peak was only around maybe 4 years. Like his peak.
Longer than that, surely.
Whereas
Oliver Kahn's another one.
These men have been doing it for like 15 years.
Oliver Kahn, another one, surely.
Who was the other one I thought was
I'd go
good?
Schmeichel over Khan. Van der Sar.
Van der
Van der
Sar's
Sar. That's the other one.
Yeah. Van der
The other
Sar.
man.
Yeah, Van der Sar.
Van der Sar was
Yeah.
disgusting.
That was one of Manchester United's best pieces of business in their history, you know, Van der Sar.
Yeah.
But what was Van der Sar doing at Fulham?
But
why did no
I
one
don't
else go
understand.
in for him?
This is what I'm saying, but how did he end
but
up
that
at
is one of the
Fulham,
weirdest
bruv?
transfers ever. He went to
Because
Fulham.
I think that was either a free or very low.
But why Fulham?
4
Not
million,
just
I
Fulham,
think,
but
if I
but
remember.
look at the standard of Van der Sar. Imagine Man
Yeah, I
United
know.
got him from Fulham.
Yeah, I know.
We're not
But
talking.
remember though, Matt, back then, a lot of top players would go to these lower teams just to be like on the shop front.
Yeah.
Remember, like you were seeing Anelka at Bolton at certain points, and Jorkaeff at Bolton, and Okocha was at Bolton. Like it was a weird time. It was a
We
weird.
got Sam Allardyce because back then Sam
time.
Allardyce was in his bag back then. He was like,
Yeah,
you know what?
it was a
I'm
fun
gonna
time
get all
though,
these
because you could pull
madman
up on one of
ballers
these
that no
teams
one
and get
knows
smoked.
about, and I'm just gonna bring them to Bolton. Fam.
You know what? Yeah, you lot might think I'm crazy for saying
Ricardo
this, but
Gardner.
if we had a conversation about
Gardner.
peak, yeah, like not career, just peak,
Yeah.
David De Gea has to be in the conversation.
Yeah, but this is where I say you can't.
It's because he fell off, though, innit? But
no, it's not even that. He wasn't that well rounded. If you actually think about it, his command of the area wasn't great. His distribution wasn't that great. His one-on-ones weren't that great either.
I think his shot stopping arguably he's probably top 3 of all time for shot stopping.
No, I agree, but that's my point. Though it's weird because he wasn't very well rounded.
Do you know the one when I knew that he was actually? I thought I was going to call him an alien at one point. Jiff will probably remember this actually because I think we spoke about it before. It was against Suarez, where we beat them like 3-0 at Old Trafford, and Suarez was clean
I know what
through.
you're talking.
Suarez on a half volley.
Yeah, from
Suarez,
close.
But we're talking. He was inside the area. He smashes it. Now, it wasn't in the corner, but he smashed it so hard to the point where even if a goalkeeper put a hand to it, it's gonna it's just gonna go in. Bro, when he palmed that to the side, I said, "Excuse me." I said, "Does he need to be drug tested, bro? What kind of foolishness is this, bro?"
And he was definitely the best goalkeeper I've ever seen at saving with his feet.
Yeah.
Like without a doubt. It because of the way he fell off, people might smirk at it. But for about 5 or 6 years, he was an absolute superhero. Like I don't know how he was doing what he was doing.
He's the reason Man United weren't in a relegation battle.
Yeah,
in fact, he got 4 years in a row Player of the Season, didn't he, or something like that?
I know the defense.
It was
really
insane
bad,
how good he was.
But for his standards to stay that high,
he couldn't keep it up for that long. He was like, "You man, I got to check out now. This is mad. You lot got me doing this every week.
Facts.
Like this is
They
crazy."
done with him going Real Madrid them years ago, man. Them man.
Yeah, that Arsenal game when he made the 14 saves. Big up LFC fan.
I'm saying.
One of the best individual goalkeeper performances I've ever witnessed in my entire life. It was ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. So
crazy. Right, boys. Let's move on to the last main topic. Staying with the Saudi Pro League. Apparently, Luis Diaz and Joe Gomez are both highly wanted by the Saudi Pro League, and both are apparently open to a move. We've spoken about Diaz, so I'm not going to go into detail with that because we've kind of all said where we stand on that. So I don't want to beat a dead horse. Gomez, though, boys. Off the back of a very good season, in my opinion, his best as a Liverpool player. Showed his versatility last season. He's homegrown. God willing, he's over the injuries now. However, the money Saudi might pay could be money we'd never see. Would you guys even entertain it?
Me personally, no. That's not how you build good squads, by getting rid of sensational squad players.
All right, so I'm going to throw a name here.
I slightly disagree.
Matt's familiar. So in terms of versatility, let's say Gomez left and we got in Gertruda, who could do what. So I'll ask the question on that premise then. If we could get a Gertruda to replace a Gomez, would you entertain it?
I would, but only if the fee was something above his value. So like what I wouldn't do is go and get rid of Gomez for like, say, 35 to 40 mil. Because you probably have to go and get Gertrude for nearly that amount anyway. So it doesn't make sense. In my opinion, you only go and get Gertrude if you get like a really big bid for Gomez. So it'll have to be like 50 million or something like that. Do you know what I mean? Over his value, maybe. And then you go and get like a Gertrude. Like maybe even a 60 mil. Because here's the thing, Joe Gomez is an important part to how I think Arne Slot's going to play next season, yeah? And Gertrude, in my opinion, is a really, really good player.
His transfer market value is 32 at the moment.
This is what Gertrude?
Yeah.
So, like, I don't think he'll cost a lot. But what I'm saying is, we really want to try and get Gertrude while Joe Gomez is still here. Like just saying, he's trying to build that squad. But what Cal's opposing is, say the offer was so high, like Jeff, be honest, would you, if we were offer 60 for Joe Gomez, you don't think so?
Here's the thing. You're saying about Gertrude.
Told you that.
You're saying about Gertrude as an example, but we keep on being told that players from the Dutch league you have to be very skeptical of. So how comes it would be a good idea to bring in a Dutch guy to be the squad player to replace a current?
Very fair point.
That's very true. That's very fair point. Do you know what it is? Too big a risk. One thing I will say though, he's aggressive, bro. He ain't like, like
Joey or Gertrude.
Gertrude, he's aggressive, bro.
Oh.
So he's got that, like, it looks like he's got that dog in him. Obviously, we don't know unless he was to play in the Prem or maybe even Champions League or whatnot. But from what I've seen of him, bro, Gertrude is good and he's versatile. He can kind of do. He can play right back. He can play left back.
He does look good. But I'm just going on the premise that we
explosive as well.
Always talk about how like it's a risk to get players from.
What it is, he's a similar profile to Joe Gomez, and he's younger. And that's why
I don't think he's as versatile as Gomez. Because I think that's Gomez's key ingredient is his versatility.
No, but they can both play along the back line. Are you going to include Joe Gomez playing DM now, Jeff? Because you say
I'll be honest, Gertrude is even more versatile than Gomez, if I'm going to be honest.
No, but I don't think he can play it as well. This is just my personal opinion. I'm thinking of Joey's centre-back appearances when he was like at his peak. Gertrude can't play centre-back like that. Maybe Joey will never get there again, but I'm saying...
But he's not... It's unfair to compare him to his peak because we've got to compare him to how Joey is now.
But the injury-free, in-form, feeling confident Joey could probably get back to playing like that as centre-back. We're only judging him poorly for last season when he was terrible.
But we got to go with what he's doing now, though. Obviously, he might get back to that level. We don't know, but I think for Joey to kind of get back to that level that you're talking about, he would have to play. He'd have to have like a mainstay in the team. Something that
he'd have to play a centre back week in, week out. I agree with you.
Yeah. Or even, but do you know what? People are gonna call me crazy, but if we do have to invert next season, for me, Joe Gomez needs to start at left back for that whole system to work. In my opinion, I don't think that
if we don't sign anyone, Matt. If we don't
sign anyone. So let's say, for example, we're unable to get a centre back or a left back or whatever. Yeah. As things stand right now, let's say the manager does want to invert, although some people don't want to invert and whatnot. For me, the only way you get the best out of an invert in the current squad right now, Joe Gomez at left back. And for me, it was kind of proven because when we went through our best run this season, Joe Gomez was at left back, bro. He was at left, and when
that is true.
Trent inverted, everyone
fell off.
Yeah, we just kind of slide across real quick. Everyone was there, and Joe Gomez can defend, bro.
One thing I'll say about Gertrude that I'll back you lot on is that he's definitely a goal threat. That's one thing that I was
I'm not no shade on Gomez. Everyone's more of a goal threat than Gomez, though.
No, I know. Yeah. No. But what I mean is, it would be kind of a beautiful thing to add another centre back to a kind of array of. I mean, it hasn't shown recently, but Ibu is a threat defensively from corners. Virgil is a threat defensively from corners. Kwanzaa's proving himself to be a threat from corners. We lost Matic, who was a threat. So I'm saying it'd just be nice to add another defender that becomes a threat. Do you get what I'm saying?
But Jeff, we'll just say. Yeah, so I was gonna say, so 60 mil, and we'll say, what's Joe Gomez's value right now on transfer market? Just out of interest,
I'd say 60 mil is very good money for Gomez.
Joey's probably around the same as Gertrude, let me check.
Because it's not like I actively want to sell him. What it is, though, I just feel like, are we doing the whole, because we like the player so much, are we ignoring
28, Joey is, so they're pretty similar. So let's just say, they offered 50 mil straight up, 50 mil, no add-ons. I reckon Liverpool look at that, I'm not saying Liverpool were actively selling, but I think they said to Joe,
Joe, what do you want to do? Whereas, you know, like some people like Allison, they might not even tell him the bid even came in, even though it's illegal, but they'll probably just be like, no, we're not accepting it, bro. What do you got?
I'm gonna have faith that Gomez. I'm gonna have faith that Gomez, being a South London Lewisham boy, coming into the prime of his career age-wise, would believe he's above already taking the bag.
I know what you mean. Yeah. I don't see him going.
I would believe that if he leaves Liverpool, he's only leaving Liverpool to go and play for an established top-level Premier League club like an Aston Villa or a Newcastle, where he's still going to be playing at a very good level, still be able to get into the England squad, and you know what I mean, and all. I can't imagine Joey at 26, 27 being like, yeah, I'm already ready to call it quits on European football and just go chase the bag. I could be so wrong. But I don't believe Joey would.
You're right, Drift. But you know what else I was thinking while you was actually saying that? Not just about Saudi. What worries me is that everyone knows how well he played this season, right? There's going to be other clubs, I think, in the Prem that are going to be looking at him saying, oh, you can start for us. And it could be a team like a Newcastle, like you said, or Villa. That's what worries me more than Saudi. And it won't even be because of the bid is high. It'll just be Joe Gomez gets offered to go Newcastle, for example, and he's going to be a mainstay in their defense. Like, he's
worries me for more than that, Matt.
Yeah.
All these European clubs that have now realized you can pick up some gems. So your Leverkusens, your Dortmunds, your Inter Milans, you see those clubs, they're the ones that scare me, because that's a level he would probably be more excited by than even a Newcastle. He'd be like, oh shit, I go play Champions League with Dortmund.
I don't think they can afford Joey though.
No, but the club might be willing to accept 40, 50 mil. And I think these clubs could probably afford that.
This is going to sound mad. Can you see even a club like...
I got to be real excited to cut
Arsenal and Spurs.
You see when we say 40, 50 mil, it's light work for Premier League teams. It's not light work on the continent, you know.
No, I get
I agree. Money's not the same.
There's
only the top.
Bayern Munich might be interested in a Joey.
Even they're a bit stingy when it comes. Sometimes they're a bit stingy. Sometimes they can be a bit stingy. I mean,
shall I be real with you boys? I wouldn't want to sell Gomez. If we sold him, I think he can be replaced. I wouldn't want to sell him though. I'd reject the offer if it was me. But I'll be real with you. I want us to sign Gerrard, and I also want us to sign a left-footed centre-back as well. I want to be so solid at the back next season that we lose two players and you're still going, yeah, it's cool. They'll come back when they're ready because we've got X, Y, Z. I don't want to be where we were last season and the season before that. On another centre-back, really quickly, boys, Ibu's been linked with a move potentially to PSG.
I saw that, man. That got me angry. You know? No, I saw it and I was like,
I said, no, man.
Because it was from, I think it's from.
There's always a face. There's always a face that directly comes to mind when you see a player. So I know if Nunez comes out, everyone sees man.
Look at him.
Ibu is mad immediately. Like anytime I hear anything about Ibu, bang, straight away.
No, because you know what it is? It's like, bro,
with that exact screw as well. Like, fuck off.
Yeah, because in my brain, I'm thinking, bro, he's only been at the club for 3 years. I think he's only just turned 25. Literally, I think it was yesterday. Big it was his birthday yesterday or the day before. He's only just turned 25, bro. Yeah.
Yeah,
do you know what worries me is that PSG, are the type of team that would tempt Liverpool with an offer.
Well, let me ask you guys a question.
That is true.
Do you think Ibu's head could be turned by PSG?
Slightly.
No, I think Ibu absolutely adores playing for Liverpool.
He loves Liverpool, but my only thought when I saw it is because it's home. That's the only thing.
Home.
I don't think he's ready to go back yet.
I would like to think so.
Real. He might be, bro.
I don't think he's ready to go back yet.
It's home, though, boys. It's still home.
I'm not gonna lie, bro.
We're home now. We're home now.
Nah, bro.
We're home now, bro. He loves being a Liverpool player,
Bruv,
bro.
if we sell Ibu, I will personally
This
make
is
my way
your
down to
home
Anfield.
now.
But he's home now, bro. He loves
This is
being a
your
Liverpool
home
player
now.
bro. No, honestly, he loves being a Liverpool player. I'm telling you, bro.
Do you know why?
I'm not
also
saying he
be-
wouldn't go
Alright,
there,
guys.
but
Do you
not
know why?
yet.
Also,
Not
it
yet.
will be a bad move for Liverpool. Virgil's not getting any younger. Kwanzaa's obviously just had his breakthrough season, and have we got anybody else? And Joe Gomez, obviously, we don't even know what's going on with him. If we let go of Ibu, like, where's
mad.
the
It's
plan?
mad.
That's a
But
stupid.
I'm not saying we'd want to, Matt, but he might hear it and go, I love you lot, but that's home, you know.
Well, we better say to him, you're a key member of the squad and you better sign a new, because apparently we've been trying to get him. Apparently there's been negotiations.
That was also in the report. Yeah, we're trying to open talks.
But again, that worries me that the negotiations have been, I mean, I don't know how long they've been going on for, whether this is even true.
It could be the agent putting stuff out there to bump him up a deal as well. Let's be real.
I just can't, but if we lose Ibu, obviously we would get replacement, but that means we'd have to find 2 replacements of high quality.
Yeah,
that makes the job that much harder. Because you can
the elephant in the room, guys, is always going to be with Klopp gone now. How well Slot actually comes in, management players, gets them to what he's trying to do. Like that's going to be very key. In a year's time, this conversation could be so different in a bad way.
Absolutely,
because the players might.
You know what? I'll be honest.
It might not be. Do you get what I'm saying? Like
you lot won't see me if we sell Ibu and Nat Phillips is still here. I'll be someone just said it right there.
What's that got to do with it, bro?
Because, bro, Nat Phillips probably should have went about 5 years ago to start his
actual career. Bro. That's the club using him, bro.
Yeah, the club been holding him for ransom for time. So imagine the club are like, Nat, we need you again now. Imagine Nat Phillips about to go out to Mines or wherever. We sell Ibu. Nah, Nat, we're gonna have to cancel that deal. You know, you can see it happen. Yeah, we need you, bro. We need you.
That would actually be crazy. If Nat sticks around, it would actually be crazy.
But if Nat Phillips is a Liverpool player and we sell Ibu, nah. I'll say it now.
I still believe that.
No, I'm slat out. I'll be honest. I'm slat out, bro.
No. You lot saying slat out quick today.
No, I'm slat out. But sell Ibu? Are you crazy?
People keep forgetting how good Ibu is because he had a bad end to the
no one's
season.
forgetting that. I hope no one's forgetting that.
I think people do, you know, Cal. I think people forget.
But how can we someone in the best centre backs, like arguably?
But we might not have a choice. All right, not that we might not have a choice, but I don't think the club's going to keep a player against their wishes.
Bro, I don't think. Because remember, he's 25. What's this?
What's that got to do with it?
No, but guys, hear me out. He's 25 years old. What other 25-year-old defenders of that high level are on the market? Like,
you know what? Ali's got a point. It's not actually Slot out. It's Edwards out.
No, but that means Slot was okay with it.
Nah, Edwards ain't listening to no one.
Slot's the head coach, bro.
Yeah, Edwards ain't got.
Well, then, I'm gonna be honest. Bro. Michael Edwards, if you're watching, bro, you know what's good for you, innit? So
I don't think Edwards would sell a player raw. Threatening Edwards, I don't know about that, you know, Matt, bro.
Nah, bro, do you know what it is though? We can't. If we
you must enjoy being tangled
really want to threaten, bro.
Let me give you lots. Let me give you.
On behalf of Kopish, Edwards, if you see this, we're just running jokes.
I don't want to be rushed in studios and hung off balconies. I'm not a part of this.
You just jokes. We banter on here, Edwards. It ain't that deep.
Imagine though, we could. That doesn't even like. Yeah, bro. All jokes aside, even putting my bias aside, it doesn't make sense for the squad because you've already got to get a centre back, and now you'd have to go and get another one. And it probably puts Kwanzaa straight into the first team, which some people won't have a problem with. But Kwanzaa's only had one season where I think like 16 appearances in the Prem or something like that, or whatever. He's done really well, but that's a lot of pressure again under the new manager as well. We're trying to go for a rebuild again. It'll just be chaotic for me personally if that was ever to happen. It'll be chaotic.
It wouldn't make sense.
Exactly.
Fair dues. Right, can you help these supers and then Drift? You've got a take that you want to share with the people.
By the way, did you not hear the good news about Bradley? Apparently, that's one of the main priorities now is to get Bradley a new contract.
Oh, is it? I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah. LK says, how many chances does Nunez get? Watkins will feast? Potentially. Watkins does miss chances as well. I do want to
quite a lot.
He finished higher than Nunez in the big chances missed. He scored more goals, but he finished higher in the big chances missed. Nunez was third. It was Watkins and Haaland. They finished above him.
I'll double check that. SB says started at Western-super-Mare to Liverpool Mazza. That'd be Ollie Watkins. That would be a story. I can't lie.
That'd be crazy.
Ty, getting regular impact injuries speaks to the player's robustness. When Ibu's knee looked like it got twisted off by Usla, he was fine. Jota would have done. Ibu's very different. Ibu's very different.
Remember when Ibu mashed up? That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I thought
we were worried. I remember.
I thought he was done. Like I say, he's done.
Yeah,
he's done, guys. He's done.
Micah says, guys, I think Rodrigo and Bruno G to sit. Yeah,
what Rodrigo are you talking about? Not Rodrigo for Real Madrid. What do you mean?
Yeah. Although Liverpool are in the race for Bruno, apparently.
Hold on.
Yeah, I was hoping you didn't know about this.
Rodrigo to Man City.
Nah, Darwin finished second on big chances missed. Watkins finished fourth.
Oh, maybe I'm thinking about last season. And check was it last season Watkins finished above him on big chances missed? Maybe I'm thinking about last season.
I think I'm just about to have a
last season. Nah, he finished. Him and Watkins finished on the same last season.
Okay, maybe it's last season.
Oh my days, bro.
Yeah, Rodrigo and Bruno Guimaraes are linked to.
There's no Paqueta now, bro, because of that whole madness with him. So they've got to look elsewhere, Matt. So I wouldn't be surprised.
I still don't think he's going to leave, but there's always that possibility. Like I kept on saying, because Mbappe is going, and that's why he made a quote. Then he backtracked on the quote, and now I'm seeing this. I'm not saying it's what's this? Matt, feet from Mark are ultra reliable for a Real news. Sadly, Rodrigo news is legit. And if it is from that Felix guy, he's basically.
Who would he be replacing? Grealish.
Yeah, it'd be him on the left, Foden on the right, Haaland through the middle.
So Grealish would be 100 mil bench, man. That's mad.
Oh, they just put Rodrigo on the right.
They'll probably take Grealish back to Villa.
I can't.
But can they count for the homegrown? Because remember, we realized they probably bought Grealish for homegrown quote. So if they sold him, they'd have to buy.
Yeah, man.
English
if they get Rodrigo.
They've got players like Oscar Bob and Lewis who they're squad members, but they don't have to register them.
That's two strikes on Edwards, you know. If Rodrigo goes City, that's two strikes.
For who? Edwards?
Casey says, Kopish, big up yourselves. I'm excited for the new season. People, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. The guys do a brilliant job for us. Big up yourself, Casey.
Big up. Appreciate that,
Casey. Appreciate that, man.
Eastwood says, do you think it's Allison or Akberg? Since Akberg left, do you think Ali will decline? I don't think he'll decline.
Tougher roles there. We're all right.
Yeah.
Plus, not even just that, Eastwood. There was a big conversation that we used to have. Matt will remember this. That Archerberg was actually a poor goalkeeping coach because every time we
at one point he was moving a bit mad. Some of his his methods were a bit old school, and apparently this is why Ali requested Tafarel to change up a few things, and Liverpool won against it.
I'm not even gonna lie. I don't even want to out him in public because he told us this in private. So, but you know who I'm talking about. There's a certain man who actually told us firsthand from working with Archerberg that it ain't exactly like he's
yeah.
What he does.
Yeah.
No,
I'm
I'm not gonna say names. I'm not gonna say
direct link. Still, I can't. Yeah.
Shout out to Rosa. It says poor Nat is in a toxic relationship with Liverpool. He actually is. He fully is. Right, Drift. The floor is yours, bro.
Right. First and foremost, we're gonna drop the beat for our beloved captain, for the one and only sensational
Stephen George Gerrard.
Mr. Stephen. Actually, I'll let you. This is your guy, Cal. You did the introduction.
Fair enough. Yeah, it's cool. So basically, there's goats. And there's goats. He's one of the goats. Yeah? Stephen Goat George Gerrard. It's his birthday today. In my opinion, the best player to play for the club. The longevity, the consistency, the versatility, the moments. The only unfortunate thing about Gerrard's career is he never got to play in a world-class team. Had some world-class players around him, never got to play in a world-class team. We still to this day sit here and go, imagine we had Gerrard on the Klopp in that team that won the Champions League and Premier League. For me, that speaks volumes. So here's his birthday today. So let's drop the beat for the best captain. I said it with chest. The best captain to play for this club. Drop the beat.
That was shade, but it's his day. Right. So let's just have a debate.
This is where it's gonna get mad. Mad
Yes,
don't even
I
know
know
what's
it
about
is.
to come.
But you know what?
Shit, if I do it. Shit, if I do it.
This should be
Mad
interesting.
don't even know.
Klopp's gone, so I don't give a anymore, right? We continually have this discussion where we put people in conversations with Stevie G that don't belong in conversations with Stevie G. They're brilliant players in their own right. And I'm not even going to do any names because I don't want to do the whole sneak dissing and all that. But we put people in the conversation with Gerrard that just shouldn't be in the conversation with Gerrard. Let's move past that for a second. Why is it we only seem to be able to call Gerrard the best midfielder to ever play in the Premier League? Why can't we call him the best player, period, to play in the Premier League? So I want to have a conversation with you people about this.
Matt's like, well, I didn't know we were back in this beef.
I didn't know we were here.
If people believe he's not, if people believe he's not, then just tell me why. I just want to have the conversation.
Bro, it's what we did.
It's Matt's reaction. I'm sorry, Drew. It's Matt's reaction.
All right, so you're trying to say he should be in the conversation to be the best player in the Premier League.
100%.
But he's regarded as one of the best players. Or do you mean?
No, he's not. He's always just called the best midfielder. He's never ever in the conversation to be the best player to play in the league.
So you don't think people say he's one of the best players ever to play in the Premier League?
Bro, they don't even think he's the best midfielder. They put people like Deflection, brother, and they put them. I don't even want to name names because I don't want to be shady.
I think if we were to hold a general vote on it, I think people would say Gerrard is the best player to play in the Premier League era. The best midfielder, the best midfielders playing the Premier League era.
Because if you're all right, so put it this way: if you're the best,
why
midfielder,
do we only talk about midfielder?
Because if you're one of the best midfielders in the Premier League, that means you're easily up. If for me, he's the best in the Premier League, right? Like midfielder, right? So if he's the best midfielder in the Premier League, that means he goes into the conversation of the best ever in the Premier League. Because you got the best striker, best defender, best midfielder.
I think he's in that conversation. I think he's top
in that
5
conversation, bro. For me,
I don't think he is because I never hear people including whenever I hear the conversations. I never ever hear them involved.
Well, I don't really. No, I find it mad. Do you know what it is? It's because of the whole recency bias. And when I say recency bias, it's because a lot of people say they used to be on this KDB. They used to say, "Oh, KDB does it." I'm thinking, listen, I understand KDB is an absolute amazing player, and KDB is one of the best midfielders to play in the Prem. But do I think he's better than Gerrard? No, I don't. People need to understand the team that he plays for, the caliber of like. Kevin De Bruyne was able to play with David Silva. Kevin De Bruyne was able to play with Yaya Toure. Kevin De Bruyne was able to play with Haaland, Aguero. The list goes on.
I don't think.
Did you not play with Yaya, Kevin?
I don't think he did.
Maybe for 1 year. Or so,
I swear he was there with Yaya.
Maybe for 1 or 2 years. Maybe
Yaya probably was on a little bit of the way. No, did he not? Chat, did he not? I swear he did. Correct me
for 1 or 2 years. I think he did.
I swear he did. Yeah, because but at that time Yaya was still
Yaya was still up there by the birthday.
Prime Yaya was a problem, but yeah, Drift for me, I don't even need to think about it. He's in that conversation because he's the best midfielder in my opinion in Premier League history. There's no debate for me. Because
I don't think he ever gets included in it.
They used to say it was between Gerrard, Vieira, and Scholes or Lampard, and I'm like, no.
Keane as well. And Keane. Those are the big 5, I'd say.
If we're talking about complete midfielder, I would say the only ones that can compare to this day are KDB.
Complete. No,
Yeah,
no,
like
no, mate.
complete.
If you're talking about complete, just stop talking. It's Gerrard and then it's nothing. There's
No,
nobody.
Patrick,
Whoa,
bro.
Vieira, bro. Vieira's got to be high.
Vieira is not as complete as Gerrard.
He was complete.
He was complete midfielder, bro. What it is that he's attacking.
So Vieira can spray 50, 60-yard passes, left foot, right foot. No,
Not if his left foot, his right foot. He absolutely
right
could,
foot.
yeah.
Good. Not maybe not the left.
No, not
Not
even
left.
right.
You could with the
Vieira
right.
weren't no 50, 60-yard pass pinger. I'm not
No,
saying he's
Vieira's-
never done it,
Oh,
but we're
right,
talking
right.
about on the level.
I will say,
Vieira's better defensively.
No, I don't think he is better than Gerrard defensively.
Riff, brother. Vieira defensively.
What?
No, Vieira was brilliant, but Gerrard was brilliant as well.
No, but
Not as
Vieira's
good as
better
Vieira.
defensively. Vieira's better defensively. Gerrard's better attacking.
Gerrard is the most complete midfielder of his generation. I will
No, I
argue that
agree.
with
No, I agree.
anybody.
Nobody's saying that.
With anybody.
But you can't disregard Vieira being complete. That's what I'm saying.
He's a complete midfielder. He's a box
Nah.
to box. Just
Nah.
Vieira was his.
Vieira couldn't
And
play
I'm
number
just
10.
saying it in the comments as well. Yaya for me doesn't get in the conversation just because of longevity.
Yeah, that's what I was
Yaya
gonna say
at
because
his
he
peak,
felt.
though. Oh my goodness,
That's
I
what
ain't
I'm
seen
saying.
something like.
See, I think Yaya's more complete than Vieira, but you're right, it's the longevity of Vieira.
No, but Vieira
Yaya
was way
defensively
better
was
than
trash.
Yaya defensively.
Yaya defensively was trash.
we say that, but he played
It was-
centre back
it- no,
for
it-
Barcelona.
If anyone can play centre back for Barcelona in that time, bro, they didn't give the other team.
No,
the ball.
but he was good at it though.
But the other team didn't have the ball. What can another team do with 3.3% possession, bro?
No disrespect to this player who I'm about to mention, because I think he's cold. Mascherano was a world-class player. They used to play Mascherano at centre back. They used to play at
Yeah, but he was a
midfielder.
brilliant
Hear me out.
tackler,
No.
man. That's
But what
why.
I'm saying is, I don't think you could do that in the Prem. You could do that in the Liga back then. I think you could. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, maybe.
Yaya
That's how
never
good they
played
were
centre-back for
at their
Man
system.
City.
Their system
But,
was
but
insane.
Yaya played holding man and centre back for Barcelona brilliantly well. I think he was just as good as Vieira defensively.
I think
I
Vieira
do,
was
I
better.
genuinely
No,
do.
But
Vieira
Yaya
was
just as
way.
good as Vieira defensively.
No,
But he played DM
Never.
and centre back for Barcelona at a very
No,
high
never.
level.
Vieira was way more disciplined. In my opinion, Vieira could read the game better than Yaya. But
Yeah,
Yaya's
not
attack,
even
but
close.
Yaya attacking wise was better than Patrick because he was more
Nobody
dynamic.
knew that Yaya was this good at attacking till he
Bro,
came to the Prem.
I'll say this, yeah. You see, technically, Yaya was insane as well because Yaya could do the free kicks, long all of that. Vieira was cold as well, but Vieira was nowhere near as dynamic and probably not as technical
Vieira was
on that
cold.
level. But Vieira's Bob, if we're talking top three midfielders, I'm putting Vieira in the top three, you know. He ain't number
Same.
one, but he's in the top three. Has to.
No. I would.
Vieira not top three midfielders in the Prem.
No. He wouldn't go in my top three. I think he's cold. He wouldn't go in my top three though.
Who's your top three then?
Yeah, I was gonna ask that.
Who's
My top three would most probably be
complete midfielders we're talking about? Because we're not just gonna do the DM.
yeah. My top
Yeah.
three would probably be Gerrard, Yaya, Roy Keane.
No, Scholesy.
Not for complete. Scholes couldn't defend to save
I
his
thought
life.
Vieira was better than Roy Keane.
Do you know what? There's actually
Hold on.
it's
Roy
just a
Keane not
shame
a
about
complete
his
Vieira.
longevity because if he did it for longer, Kante would probably go above Keane. in
Oh my
list.
goodness, I forgot about N'Golo.
But because Kante only has like that 5-year period, whereas the others. Because for me, Kante's better than Vieira.
N'Golo.
It's just he doesn't have the longevity. But if you're talking about in his stint, I think Kante's over Vieira. But this is just my opinion. And this isn't to shit on Vieira. Vieira was a brilliant footballer. But this is
I
what we
think
have.
people are forgetting how good Patrick was, you know.
I think you're forgetting how good Kante was.
You guys know how much I love Gerrard and how biased I am towards Gerrard.
Defensively.
I would have Gerrard as maybe the third best player of the Premier League era.
Say that again,
Well,
sorry?
anyway, that's why I wanted to have this discussion.
I'd have Gerrard
I
maybe
just-
third
I-
best player of the Premier League era.
Gerrard is the third.
Third, yeah.
Third best.
Yeah.
The Premier. Okay. Who's the people better than him?
I know I'm not going to be popular with one of my picks. Henry for me was number one.
Oh, you
number
talk
two
about.
is
I got you.
Premier
Yeah.
Premier League. Number two
Yeah.
is Wayne Rooney for me. I think people look at Wayne Rooney on the TV now and forget about what Wayne Rooney was when he broke out into the scene at the age of
You
16.
think Rooney was better than Gerrard?
Overall Premier League, yeah. Rooney was something else, man.
Rooney's got
I
the
did
title.
not like the guy.
Rooney
I hate
was
the fact that he
sensational.
played for two
Rooney
of the
was
people that
No,
I
Rooney
hate.
was a
Two of the teams I
madman.
hate the most.
Yeah.
Rooney was something else, you know.
But as amazing as both of those two players were, I truly find it strange that you will get scoffed at for putting Gerrard in the conversation. Like, again, Henry is just like, he was just a joy to watch. He was an absolute joy to watch, like he truly was. And when you look at his highlight reel, it's just on another level. But we have to understand, you've got to add context to it. And if you add the context to it, Gerrard wasn't allowed the freedom that some of these other players were, because he was always playing in a team that wasn't as good. A lot of his managerial career, he was playing a little bit more in a defensive mindset, whereas people like Wenger and Fergie were a lot more attack-minded. So players used to be able to flourish more in that way and stuff like that. That I just find it very strange that we're talking about a guy who, I mean, here's the thing. Maybe Rooney can be in this conversation, but even if we're talking about like the clutchness of like the big moments and the finals and all that kind of stuff, there's a lot of these guys that are going to get put in, because remember, there's fine margins when you're talking about this level. Like, there are very smart, fine margins. So I wouldn't normally do something like, oh, he hasn't scored in a final, because I think that's very disrespectful to all the other stuff Henry did do. But if we're talking about the fine margins, then we do have to talk about that stuff, because we're trying to separate what is the greatness of the greatest. Gerrard was the final boss. Like, when it came to those big moments in big finals, Gerrard was that guy.
But if
Why
we're just
can't
talking
he
about
be in
Premier
this
League,
conversation?
we're just taking Premier League in isolation, dude.
Yeah, but what you did in the Premier League includes what you did in Europe and in the Cups, Cal, because you're playing in the Premier League, but you're in the club that's doing things in those tournaments.
If that's the case, Alan Shearer shouldn't even be in the conversation for best striker then, because he never did it in Europe or anything. But he has to be in the conversation.
No, he can, bro. He's so far ahead. It's irrelevant what he did.
Harry
in
Kane,
Europe.
bro.
He's
Harry Kane
so far
stunk out.
ahead.
Harry Kane stunk out Europe, but Harry Kane's in the conversation as well.
Yeah,
So
because they were so good in the league. They were good in the league.
It's based on the Prem, bro.
No, but I think if we're basing it on the Prem, it has to also be what you did during the period of Europe being in there. Like, it has to be.
That's a fair argument.
But why? You're representing the same team, bro.
No, because it's just Prem, though, isn't it?
But if that's what we're gonna do, then that means it's almost like we can't call Messi the greatest player of all time. We just have to call him the greatest La Liga player, because he didn't even play in other leagues.
No, because we've seen Messi do it in the league, Champions League, and the world stage. So
yeah, but you're saying like don't include those.
But we the context of the conversation is Gerrard disrespected in terms of where he's ranked as a Premier League player overall, not as a European player. If we're doing a European tour, Gerrard once again sits at the table, in my opinion.
So even though we're doing Premier League, you can't count what he did for the same Premier League team in FA Cups, in Europa Leagues, in Champions Leagues. You don't think you can
we're just
count
doing
that?
Prem. I'm confused.
I don't think it's fair to do that for the context of this conversation.
Okay, fair enough.
Just for the context of the conversation. If you're talking about that makes you compare Scholes and Gerrard, or compare Scholes and Lampard and Gerrard, then yeah, you bring in everything. You bring in what Gerrard did, you bring in what Scholes did. But in terms of just Premier League,
yeah.
Okay, well then that changes my feeling slightly, because I'm thinking of all the European moments, the FA Cup. I'm thinking of all those moments when I'm making my decision on Gerrard. If we're just talking Premier League, then obviously I guess that is a slightly different way to look at things.
The thing is, what always will hurt Gerrard, unfortunately, will be that he never won the Prem. Because here's the thing, this is what I genuinely feel.
I don't think that should ever be involved.
No. But outsiders will look at that, bro. They will, but not Liverpool fans. I think there's a difference. Because this is one thing I will say, in my opinion. If Gerrard had won the title like once or even twice, I reckon he's universally, I think it's a different conversation. But because he hasn't won them, people use that. It's like in NBA when people say you ain't won a chip in it, like you ain't won a title. They will rate you, but it's hard to give someone that full 100% rating if you haven't won a title. Even though we know circumstances are very, very different when you consider the teams and whatnot.
But
I'm
I've
not.
always
No, but
disagreed with that. It's 11 men on the
disagree,
pitch.
you know,
One man shouldn't be judged for everybody.
no, but
failure in
no.
some-
But
in a
I do feel like that
situation.
is how Gerrard. If you listen, if you speak to Arsenal fans, Chelsea fans, Man United fans, they all rate Gerrard. But one thing they always say is, yeah, but we rate him. But bro, you lot say he's this great red tail, but he's never won a prem. He's never won. That's what they keep. And listen, I'm not saying I agree with it. I disagree with it. But I do think people use titles and trophies as part of
but
the measure.
that's a terrible
As part of the
barometer,
measuring
is
stick.
what I'm saying.
I disagree, you know, Matt. I think petty fans do that. When you have real conversations with real fans who are acting real, the conversation is very. I don't hear anyone disrespect Gerrard. I'll be real with you.
No, they're
genuinely
not.
don't.
No, but here's the
No,
thing.
I'm talking about maybe disrespect is the wrong word. I actually hear them say, "No, Gerrard, that guy. Gerrard's the guy." Like, bruv, have you seen the quotes from footballers? Bruv, even Scholes the other day. Shut that. He did an interview with Harry Pinero. Harry Pinero said it straight. He's like, "Who's better at you and Gerrard?" And he said, "He's like, I couldn't have done what Gerrard did. It's Gerrard."
Yeah, I saw
Like,
that. I saw
Gerrard.
that. But I'm
Like,
just saying from conversations
Messi,
that I've seen
Zidane,
and I've been in,
Xavi,
like,
all
I've
these
actually
men
had
have
these
said it's Gerrard.
I've had these conversations, but I know what I'm saying is true.
Are you
And for
having
a lot
these
of people-
conversations with Arsenal fans? No disrespect to Arsenal.
No. It's a mixture. No, what I'm saying is like not everybody, but there's still quite a bit though of people that still like to use that thing of he hasn't won a prem. They do like to do that, bro, when it suits their argument, or they try to use that to suit the argument. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I saw that as well. I saw that. I don't agree with it, by the way, people. This is what I think.
No, I
people
know
think,
you don't.
"Oh,
I know you don't.
I'm just saying, but surely no one can never say they've never heard that being said to them before when they
No,
speak
I've
about.
heard that, unfortunately.
And that's for me annoys me a bit because it's like sometimes you have to just not discount it, but that shouldn't be the be all end all. But for some people, it is because you know so crazy. I wasn't even gonna bring this up. Someone in the chat, big at itself, whoever it was. I said like KDB's won 6 titles, and again, like you're going to the titles. Like
I'll be real. I've got KDB above Lampard and them, man. You know, KDB.
But I think KDB is better than Lampard in my opinion, though.
Yeah, I might have KDB as 4th in the. Do you know what? KDB might even sneak into the top 3. You know,
forget about I'm even trying to forget about the titles. I'm talking about how great was the player? Like how amazing was he?
KDB might be top 3 Premier Era. You know,
in Premier Era, he probably is.
He might be.
In fact, he probably has to be when you think about it.
Kevin's a joy to watch. You know,
of course he is.
Like, I'm just gonna say this here and leave it. The most heartbreaking transfer, non-Liverpool transfer, was seeing Kevin De Bruyne go to Man City. When he was at Wolfsburg, I did everything, prayers, everything. I wanted that guy at Liverpool. I literally saw him. You know, when you look at successors and you think that's the guy to take over from Gerrard. You see, when he was rocking up to Man City, broke my heart. Everyone knows I'm a very big KDB fan, but you see that guy right there, I hold him in such high esteem. It's unreal. And maybe I'm the wrong person to speak about him because I'm so biased.
I was gonna say, I think you do slightly overrate him for your love for him.
I might do, Drift. I'll take that one on the chin. I might do.
I think KDB's cold. The only thing I will say about KDB though, compared to Lampard, even though I think he might be a better player, but you've also got to factor in when it's the finals and them team there. I feel like I see Lampard more than
you
KDB.
You do.
Lampard's got that dog in it when it counts.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I actually think Lampard was a bigger game player than KDB.
Yeah, he might be a bigger game, but here's the key. All right, so
I think he was a bigger game player. He's nowhere near better player in ability wise, but I actually think he was.
But
a
Lampard
bigger
in the
game
final
player.
normally kind of is that guy.
Yeah,
we can't
Lampard's
even say
brilliant.
Lampard
But
is
again,
cold.
I rate Lampard higher than you guys rate Lampard.
No, Lampard was cold.
Yeah. King of the deflections, without a doubt.
No, Lampard was
cold,
cold, but he's just not better than Gerrard.
He's a scientist. He perfected the
Lampard's
deflection.
cold.
Now, I will say he actually might be a better goal scorer than Gerrard, but that's the only thing I'd give him.
Lampard's the type of guy you get your kids to study.
Lampard definitely a better goal scorer.
No. But the reason why I say he's a better goal scorer is because Lampard in that system where he had Makelele and Essien had more freedom. Gerrard was a little bit more restricted in his earlier days to be that guy. It's only when we got Alonso and Mash and he got moved into the number 10 second striker. But Gerrard's best season was right midfield, Rafa Benitez.
Best goal scoring season.
Goal scoring season, yes, I mean.
His best It might not even have been his best goal scoring season. Actually, it might have been the first season where him.
People
and
say
Torres
way
played
better
as
goal scorer, but I feel like the system allowed Lampard to flourish that bit more. Remember, Chelsea's team was way
Gerrard
more.
played as a second striker under Benitez, you know.
But not for but Lampard, the way how Chelsea was structured,
Cal.
the way how Chelsea was structured, SCN and Makelele used to clamp everything. So you had Makelele was just that midfield. I'm not gonna lie, one of the best midfield prem trios you can get. I can't even lie.
No, I agree. So here's
Scary,
the thing,
bro.
Gerrard also had a free role. It's just unfortunately he didn't play with enough players throughout his career that were able to let him be fully unleashed. Whereas Lampard kind of had that throughout his career. But Gerrard played a free role. Even when Gerrard was playing right midfield, the brother had a free role. Like he completely had a free role. He'd pop up where he wanted to.
I don't think it was a free role, Cal. I just think he knew he had to take it upon himself.
He had a
because
free
others
role
around him were letting him down.
This is Rafa Benitez, bro. You either have a free role or you don't.
No, I think he used to tell
did
Rafa,
not
what
move
do
from
you
the
want me
right
to do?
side.
Let us not win the game?
No, I'm not gonna lie. Count was married to the byline. It was crazy.
Yeah, bro. Rafa did not play that. You see all this invert. You think Trent would be allowed to do invert on the Rafa?
No, guys, come on. He used to give
while he's running, bro.
No. Rafa Benitez did give Cal leeway because Cal used to make brilliant last minute runs into the box.
Ah, bro. 4-2-3-1. Count
You
byline.
don't remember how many good goals Cal scored for making last minute runs?
Count learned how to cross, bro.
No, come on, guys.
He converted Count from a striker to a right mid.
Yes, but he was allowed to still make runs into the box. He didn't make him stick on the cut
he
line.
took out the attacking instincts of Quiet and said, "You are now just going to run down that wing and make sure you feed Torres."
Known for?
You feed Torres, bro.
What's he known for? His work rate, his effort.
But he also was pretty consistent with his goals.
Do you know there's one thing Rafa Benitez didn't do that he should have done?
All right, hold on. I need to put end.
No, he weren't.
All right,
Cal, calendar year without scoring a goal at one stage.
You know when Gerrard played second striker, that should have been Dirk Kuyt, you know, because Dirk Kuyt was prime. He was ready.
No, it shouldn't have been. It shouldn't have been.
I think it should have. But Kuyt was a good finisher, you know.
No, he wasn't.
He was a good finisher, bro.
Kuyt was a good finisher, bro.
He was an okay finisher.
But bruv, before he came to Liverpool, Kuyt was a good finisher. He's got coached out of. But he got coached out of him. All right.
Check the stats.
I'm looking now.
Let me check.
Kuyt was clutch. He was clutch. I'll give you that. Kuyt was clutch.
We're talking not at Liverpool. I'm saying before he came to Liverpool, he was a good goal scorer, and then he got coached out of him. All right, let's check now.
I'm trying to get his Liverpool stats. As in, I want to get season by season. As in, because I'm sure he was always around 8 to 10 goals every year. He was pretty consistent
at final. Yeah. Well, we'll just do. All right. So Dirk Kuyt. I'm just gonna.
He's 1 in 4. His record for Liverpool was 1 in 4.
No, but not Liverpool. I said before Liverpool, he was a good finisher.
Oh no, before Liverpool, yeah, he was actually pretty good. Because before we bought him, he had 119 goals in 196 games.
But final, he got 22, 36, and 25.
Yeah, you know what?
I stand corrected.
Cal, he was a good finisher, you know. Cal was a good finisher. He was
not at Liverpool. He wasn't.
No. Bro.
No, I even think he was, but the way the position he played, he made late runs into the
my statement.
You see those stats from Kuyt there, and again, no disrespect. This is why I worry about Dutch league. Because when he was in Dutch, I'm gonna be real. When he was in Dutch league, he was banging goals in. In the Prem, he weren't banging goals.
No, but that was because, like Matt said, he actually got asked to play a totally different role that he
weren't.
Because he came in and Rafa said, "You're not that guy in front of goal like that."
No, I think
when
Rafa
we went
loved
to the 4-2-3-1, Couch should have been the support striker. Put it this: he just got turned into a hard-working, grafting right mid.
So where do you play Gerrard, man? Because Kuyt wouldn't have got the same output as Gerrard, assist and goals, if he was playing off Torres.
I don't know. I mean, even rotate with Torres, that could have been maybe part of the problem why he got injured. But I just think him just literally, remember, Kuyt came to Liverpool. I think he had half a season playing striker, and then Benitez just went, "You're right wing for the rest of your life."
No, he had a full season.
Did he have a full season?
He had a full season.
Yeah, he did have one. Yeah, but that was him adapting to the league.
06, 07 he had.
So Kuyt's stats are...
Kuyt gets a bad rap, you know. For his
No, I loved
finishing.
her. I loved her.
No. But what I mean is,
All right,
like,
Cal, what would you say? What would
I
you say
thought he
to
was
this?
a
He's
good
got
finisher.
100.
Fine.
He's got 112 GA in 280 games.
I don't care about GA Drift. What's his goals, brother?
It is Cal.
No, I'm just saying. So in terms of goal contributions, I think
No,
from a
what's
right
the
winger,
goal?
he did very
Is
well.
this Cal? Is this Cal?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Forget
yeah,
about
he-
GA. What's the goal?
71
He scored 71 goals
71
for
in 285.
Yeah, that's not great.
He's
No,
a
but
right
this is from
winger.
a right midfielder, though,
He's
bro.
not
This
strong.
isn't a
He
striker. This is
did
a right
also play a
midfielder.
striker as well.
Nah, Cal, you're forgetting how rigid the system was, bro.
4-4-2.
You want
Cal. He was a
fluid?
right midfielder in a 4-4-2, bro.
You know, if Rafa Benitez ever saw Cal in the left wing, he ain't playing the next 5 games. Look what he done to Ryan Babel, fam. Babel, you're hugging the touchline.
I hear that.
Get
Again,
off
guys,
the pitch.
I'm not saying Cout was rubbish. I loved Dirk Cout. I
Yeah.
love Dirk Cout to this day. I just don't think he was that guy in front of
All
him.
right. Hear this now.
I think if your stats are 1 in 4 and you played right midfield, not even right wing, you played right midfield. That's pretty good, bro.
Yeah.
He
play
got
right
double
wing
figures
all his
every.
career, though.
Hear this. He got double figures from the right mid, not right wing, right mid. Is other than his last season. 14,
What's-
11, 15, 11, 15, then 5 when he really
I
fell
knew
off.
it. I told you he was
Is that
pretty
in
consistent.
all comps or Prem?
All comps.
Yeah, but Cal, we're talking about a right midfielder in a 4-4-2
Right mid.
constantly getting
That's
double
pretty
figures.
rough.
That is good, bro.
We never played 4-4-2. We played 4-2-3-1. He was playing wide. He was playing
Nah,
right.
Cal, we played
Bruv,
4-4-2
he was
a lot.
by-
We played
Did you ever see-
4-4-2. We never played 4-4-2.
No.
Our defensive shape was 4-4-2, and then when we attacked, it was 4-2-3-1.
It was
Yeah,
a
we used to
4-2-3-1.
defend with 2
3-1.
banks of 4. That's why I love Cal at right mid, because he was so good defensively.
So imagine he's averaging 13 goals from right mid.
That's good, Cal. That's very consistent, bro. That is very consistent.
Better than some of the wings we have now, son.
No, I didn't want to say it, man. I didn't want to say it. I didn't want to say it.
We didn't need to do the shade, but anyway.
I'm just saying, big up Dirk Cow. Hopefully we get the show.
All I'm saying, back to the original point, I think it's very disingenuous and to some degree disrespectful that nobody actually allows us to put Gerrard in the conversation for best player to play in the Premier League. They all just go midfielder and box him into this midfielder bracket when I truly believe there's arguments to say he could be the best player. The well-roundedness, the level of people he was playing against, the playing with, the situations, all of the, if you add all the context into it and just raw ability as well, there's nothing Gerrard can't do. Nothing he can't do.
No, I agree.
He was
I agree.
quick. He could tackle. He was strong. He had I said he was quick, and he was deceptively quick. I think people underestimate how quick Gerrard was as well. He could shoot. He could finish. He could header. He could play with his back to goal. He could be a link man. His passing was sensational, long and short.
He's a complete
He could
player,
play
innit?
multiple different roles in the team: right back, right wing, centre mid, DM.
You know Gerrard
attacking
was in
mid.
the team of the century, you know.
So why don't anybody ever have these conversations, Cal? This is what I'm
Because of
saying.
Henry and Rooney, bro. Like, it's
No,
because
but
of them
why
two.
are we always just so fixated on because they look aesthetically better that they are better?
not.
No, we can't
It's
say
because
that,
it's-
bro. That's
Shall I
disrespectful.
tell you
to
what
the
it
other
is,
two,
Drift?
especially to
And
Henry.
shall I tell you what it is, Drift? And Drift, you're at fault for this as well. And you too, man. I'm gonna call you both out on this. Attackers are given more love and adoration by the football world. I asked the chat a
Why?
question earlier on in the show.
I
Bruv,
kinda
you don't
agree
have to
with
ask, how many times am I bigging up defensive players and you man
Wait,
are
you know,
laughing
thank
at me?
Shannon for adding another one. Free kicks. What couldn't Gerrard do? Like honestly,
No,
what could he
No,
not do?
but
telling
he's a
Gerrard to
complete
us.
player. Exactly. You're preaching to the wrong
What
crowd.
could he
preaching to the
not
wrong
do?
choir, bro.
He had
We're
more
already
stamina
speaking the
than
same
everyone
book.
else. He had more heart than everyone else. He had more desire, captaincy. What could he not do?
Rooney had heart and desire as well, bro.
Not as much as Gerrard. He had
Yes,
it.
he
Not as much
did.
as Gerrard.
Of course he did.
Nah, Rooney probably did, bro. He probably did.
Of
But
course
Rooney
he did.
probably took it too far with the
No.
passion.
Look. I'm not saying Rooney didn't have it, but Gerrard still had just that bit more.
Look,
What-
this. The problem
What
is
did he
it's
not
always
have?
about attackers. But I asked the chat earlier, who's the best players for each of those clubs? Unanimously, they pretty much everyone said attacking players. But we see it all the time. I call it out all the time and say, why don't people say Alisson's our best player? It's always Salah. It was always Mane. Why not Allison?
18-19,
No,
who's
I
Liverpool's
hear
best
you.
player?
Remember, I said
For
Alisson's
me,
our
it's
best
Virgil van Dijk.
signing. So I agree with you.
Yeah,
Cal.
no,
Van
no,
Dijk.
but that's an outlier.
Van Dijk should have been Ballon d'Or. I know Messi done. And again, this is another thing. I know Messi had an insane year, right? Insane year. But so did Virgil, but just from a defensive point of view. But they still gave it to the attacker. So Cal's got a point. Because you
All
could
right,
argue...
let me ask
Yeah.
you lot one more question. While we're talking about Steve and George Gerrard on his birthday, I know it's gone past midnight now, but it is what it is. Some countries it's still not past midnight, so you know how it goes.
Well, we ain't going to those countries.
Yeah, for real.
In Jamaica, it's only 6, bro.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. Name me a player that you've seen in your lifetime that is literally more well-rounded than Steven George Gerrard.
Any
League, anything in your lifetime.
more well-rounded or as well-rounded?
More well-rounded.
More well-rounded.
I might say Clarence Seedorf.
But us. Nah, Cal, that's fake. That's actually insane.
But do you know
Seedorf
why
was
I
the first
disagree?
person
Do
I
you know
just
why I
came to
would
my thought.
disagree? Because
There you go.
even though he was he's one of my favorite players of all time. I don't think that he could have played the multiple of positions Gerrard
Yeah, he
can.
could have. Might not have done it the same as Gerrard, but he could have.
But that's what I'm
Seedorf
saying,
was
bro. I
fake.
said a
Luka
more
Modric.
well-rounded. This is what I'm saying. I
Seedorf
said
was
more
fake.
well-rounded. Seedorf ain't playing left
Luka
back and right
Modric.
back to the level that Gerrard would have played it. He's not playing a striker as well as Gerrard could have played. I'm saying more well-rounded. Who
Luka
could have
Modric,
played a
Shout
multiple of...
Balak.
No, Balak can't play right back and left back like Gerrard. He can't play right back and left. Gerrard played right back in the Champions League final for extra time against Serginho. Balak ain't doing that.
No,
He done
I
a
hear-
stint there, Drift. A
He
stint.
did a
Oh,
stint
yes.
there, yeah. Like
You think Balak could have marked Serginho at an extra
I never
time?
said,
when-
I never
No,
said
I'm
that.
not
I just
saying
saying we
that.
can't.
So that means
what you're
he's
doing,
not
you're doing,
can't sit there and say
capable.
Gerrard
You're
was a
doing
right
the
back or
whole
left back. I've
Gerrard's
never
done-
seen
yeah,
Gerrard
yeah.
play left back in my life.
No,
Actually,
but
to be
I'm
fair,
saying he's
on
capable
Gerrard's debut, did he
more
debut
so
right
than
back?
these players.
He did
So
debut
you,
right.
so you lot
But-
don't
and he
think
got
that
picked by
Gerrard could have
Ginola.
played left back?
Yeah,
If we
on his
really
debut.
needed him
But again,
to.
it was a stint. It wasn't like he played there for.
Sorry, shout out to Nana. Rude Hullit's another one. I never got to watch him, but all my older friends will tell me.
I
about
saw
Ruud
Holly
Gullit.
at AC Milan. Funny enough, actually, that's
See,
showing
I
my
didn't.
age a bit.
I'm like you. I didn't get to see Hullet as much, but I would.
I saw a
would
little bit
still.
of Hullet at AC
I
Milan.
would still have. There would still be a part of me that would bet that he's not as good defensively as Gerrard, from what I have
No,
seen.
Hullit apparently was a
But again,
steal in the
that all I'm doing
Hey,
is.
this ain't even a joke, you know.
But
but
I
this
said.
person-
I said what we've seen play,
All right.
but not the people before us.
Aye.
No, but James Milner wasn't able to play it to the level Gerrard was.
bro.
Of course, he was.
All right,
Gerrard
I'll
couldn't have
still
played
So
as good
you
at
lot think that?
fullback.
You,
No,
hold
no,
on,
wait,
and you lot know
wait
Milner
there,
is my
wait there.
guy.
Wait there. Milner's played at left back. Milner's played
And
at
right
right back. Milner's played CD. Milner used to play wing. Milner's played right mid.
Right
Milner's
and
play-
left wing.
Bro, I'm just saying.
No, Milner's my guy. Let's not use emotional thingies to do this. Yeah, Milner is my guy, but we all know Milner's peak level was never close to Gerrard's though. As much as I will sit here and argue for Milner all day long because he was a sensational.
Can I be
player,
honest with you though?
peak level wasn't close
Gerrard's
to
a
Gerrard.
better player, but I actually think Milner could probably play left back better than Gerrard.
Yeah, Milner's more. Milner.
And
Gerrard-
right back.
But he can't play centre midfield or number 10 as
Okay,
well.
No,
is
but
that
you
a
could-
different
you could
conversation?
change, so-
Is that more? Is that saying Milner's more versatile as opposed to being as complete? Then
Yes,
'Cause there's
I'll
two
say he's
different-
more
that's two
versatile.
different-
Yeah,
He's more
Milner's more
versatile.
versatile. Yeah, he's not
Because when I
obviously not as
asked
good
you
as
lot the
Gerrard,
question, I said, who's more well-rounded? And what that means is
but-
having the ability to be, multifaceted, whatever, but also adding in the fact of how well he played to a level,
Oi,
how
that's a
good he was,
shout.
technique, etc. No, Alarm couldn't attack like Gerrard. Come on, let's not just start saying names. Like,
No, but
actually bring
Lahm
me
wa-
someone who's
No.
legit.
Lahm was a complete player. Don't do that to Philip Lahm. Complete player, bro.
Shit,
Lahm.
Lahm
man.
couldn't play attack like Gerrard.
Do you know what Pep Guardiola said? I didn't he say something like he's the best player I've ever coached or something like that. Like ever.
most intelligent.
Most intelligent, sorry.
Yeah, of course, because Lahm was a brilliant player.
Lahm was a complete player. I'm just
But
bringing
Lahm ain't
names.
banging free kicks, pinging 50-yarders, playing right
understand
wing.
that.
Do you
But
get
what I'm
saying?
saying is, because I know you're talking a lot about versatility, but the reason I say versatility because Lahm could play left back, Lahm could play right back, Lahm could play CDM, Lahm could play CM. Lahm was cold. Not as good as Gerrard, but Lahm was cold though. You know what I mean?
There's only one player in my mind that comes close.
Who?
Javier Zanetti.
Javier Zanetti.
In terms
So
of the ability of the player and the multifaceted being able to play multitude of positions defensively and attacking wise on almost a similar level. He's the only one I can think of that's got the
Zanetti was
well-roundedness.
cold. See, the thing is, Zanetti's thing was defensively, he was absolute monster, like one of the best in my opinion. But
Don't sleep on
attacking
how
wise,
good he was. Zanetti going forward was
bro,
was
hear me out.
brilliant,
No,
bro.
attacking wise, he was good, but he wasn't amazing. He was good.
He had skill. He could dribble past players. He had pace.
Zanetti didn't have skill, bro. He could drop a shoulder.
What?
Okay, if Zanetti didn't have skill, bro.
Zanetti didn't have skill.
Javier
Big up
Zanetti
Mojo
didn't
in
have
the
skill,
chat
bro.
as well.
If we say skill, that's not Javier Zanetti. He could drive with the ball because he was
Yeah,
very
come on,
dynamic.
We're not going to
Let's
sit
not
there
do
and say
that.
Zanetti
I'm
was
going to
skilled.
send you a couple clips off.
Because if Javier Zanetti has skill, so does Lahm. We ain't doing that.
Anyway. Oh. Zanetti was... anyway. Listen. Anyway. So the point I'm making is, look how hard it is to find somebody who's more well-rounded than Steven Gerrard. So Steven Gerrard, without a shadow of a doubt, should 100% be involved in the conversation.
But does that mean you're the best though? Because you're the best all-rounder.
Playing the
All
Premier
jokes
League.
aside, though,
Not
no,
midfielder, player.
But quick question though. I feel like you're using the whole because he can play in multiple positions at a high level that make him the best, yeah. But sometimes if you're just like an alien, theoretically R9 Messi, what are you saying to that? Is Gerrard better than Messi in R9 then?
No, but that's
he's
the
best
world.
all-rounder.
But no, they didn't play in the Premier League.
Well, let's take it there then. Is he the best? Is he the best? Is he? Because you see what I'm trying to say? How you see the barometer?
I would 100% say Gerrard's in the top 10 of my lifetime of players. No matter
of course. But you wouldn't.
say.
But you wouldn't say he's the best though.
I wouldn't put him above R9 and Messi. No, I wouldn't.
Okay.
Would you put him above Xavi and Iniesta?
He's more well-rounded than both of them without a shadow of a doubt.
See, the first thing you went to well-rounded,
when I spoke about this, because I said it without shame, I said I've got Gerrard above Iniesta and Xavi. You man punched me up on stream.
Did you hear me? I didn't speak.
I don't remember that.
I didn't even. I'm not speaking now. I didn't speak. I didn't say anything.
No, honestly, I don't remember that.
Matt's holding the same energy. Matt's always held the same energy.
No, I don't remember having that conversation. I really don't.
Matt, you remember me I've said this before on stream. I said I'm taking Gerrard over Iniesta and Xavi.
Do you know what? Big up
Bayesian. You think Gerrard is better than Iniesta?
Bayesian, he won the Champions League, so he did pick up the major prize, bro. I know he didn't win the Premier League, but he won the UEFA Cup and he won the Champions League.
Listen, I love Gerrard, yeah. Fam.
Because that's another thing people always sleep on when they say he never won the Premier League. He's picked up the 2 biggest European trophies. So I don't really like when people try and be shady towards Gerrard about the Premier League, because he won the UEFA Cup when the UEFA Cup was actually a proper competition, and he won the Champions League. And he was pretty much the reason we won the Champions League.
Gerrard is arguably one of the best. He's arguably like the best, probably all-rounded like midfielder that I can think of, right? Like with just football other players. However, to say he's better than
Kodo just naming random players.
Man said, no, you missed his other one. I think he said Cavani.
Yeah, talking technique. I feel technique.
Look, all I wanted to do was just start a conversation, and we can finish it another time. But I think Steven Gerrard should 100% be allowed to sit in a conversation and actually be argued is the best player to ever play in the Premier League. We just always dismiss him from being the player and just go, midfielder. Just put him in that bracket. Midfielder. No, player. He's arguably the greatest ever player to play in the Premier League. And I'll stand on that.
I don't think he's arguably the greatest. I think he's top 5 solidified. I don't think you can say
for me he's in my top 3, you know, Gerrard of all time.
He's my third. He's third for me. I don't think he can speak to Henry and Rooney about that though. I'm just being real. It hurts me to say it. Henry and Rooney were on a different level, man.
But you're including honours in that though, surely.
I'm just talking about. I've not spoken about honours once.
Because why is Gerrard not better than Rooney as an example? We're talking like what makes Rooney better than Gerrard?
Longevity for a start. Rooney did it from what 16 to what 28, 29.
Nah, Gerrard had the longer longevity, Cal. Gerrard, apart from the little injury stint at the beginning of his 20s, he pretty much played for Liverpool from 19 to 34, bro.
Yeah, but not a high level. Rooney pretty much did it at a high level throughout his whole Man United career.
Nah, by the time Rooney was 28, he was spent, bro.
Yeah, but he started at 16.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is Gerrard was still like 32, 33, trying to like... Gerrard was 34 playing quarterback trying to win the league, bro.
No, I hear that.
So longevity's Gerrard for me. You think Rooney's got a longer longevity than Rooney? Nah, bro. Gerrard played much
playing at high level. Gerrard in the early years wasn't high level. You could see he was going to become high level, but it wasn't high level.
Bro, Gerrard was an integral part of our 2001 treble team. And then in 2013-14 was an integral part of us trying to win the Premier League, bro. Literally, that's a 13-year stint, bro.
No, I hear that. But
Rooney weren't at the top level for 13 years.
I'd argue Gerrard wasn't at the top level for 13 years either, because that season was very good, but the season after that wasn't great.
Who, for Gerrard?
Yeah.
Rooney had bad seasons as well.
No, but even the season where Gerrard was helpful and very integral to us winning that treble, in the Premier League, he still wasn't that guy. He wasn't that guy. He was getting dominated in games certain times. Let's not forget we had McAllister, we had Murphy, we had Harman, we had a plethora of midfielders who were rotating.
I don't know. Gerrard was like 18, 19, 20, still fully holding his own, bro. He weren't not on a regular basis. Nah, he was, bro.
This is me you're talking to just when you talk about Gerrard, brother. I got the books, bro. I got the video.
But I think you're forgetting, bro. I think you're forgetting, bro.
Man said I got the DVD, you know.
Look, hey, big up Scoot. 2000, 2001, Gerrard was in the Player of the Year, bro.
Yeah, no, I hear it because of the honours that he was involved in winning, because they did it on overall basis. Premier League alone,
because he was balling out, bro.
I can't believe I'm having this is Gerrard, guys. You think I'm gonna downplay Gerrard's accomplishments, guys?
I don't know. Maybe you're being modest.
I could never be modest when it comes to Gerrard, bro. I'll go to war with anyone for Gerrard, but I just be real. Like,
here's the thing that I do find very strange
above everyone.
And this is back to what Matt said, which is why I think a lot of people actually do say these things, and I find it so weird. If you just threw 3 Premier League titles on Gerrard's resume, I reckon everybody would be all right with the conversation. But literally, because he never won the Premier League, everyone just wants to hold it against him.
All right, all right. Henry's seasons then. Are we really going to speak about Henry? Like, when he was dominating Prem?
Yeah, because he was a sensational attacking footballer.
He had the whole Premier League in a chokehold, and he would not let go.
But he was allowed
to rest him off.
Yeah, of course. But he was allowed to do that because he had world-class players like Petit and Vieira behind him that were doing the defensive work. Gerrard had to do it all, bruv.
No,
Gerrard had to defend and attack, bruv.
But he was a level above all those guys. You would look at those teams and go, "Rah, that team's sick." And you'd see Henry's name and go, "You see that brother there? Different level."
Of course, because his skill set was sensational.
No, Henry's crazy.
But he's...
But you said yourself, when we talk about players, why can't we involve the defensive side of the game? Why do we always lean on the attacking side? And Gerrard used to have to defend and then go and help attack at the same time.
I don't know, because he's a midfielder, bruv. But let's if we're gonna do that, then let's not act like Rooney wasn't banging in bare goals and still getting back to it. But Rooney was doing the Firmino stuff before Firmino made it famous. Bro.
Oh no, Rooney's definitely in the conversation. That's a fact. I just don't think he's
Rooney
better than
chasing man down and slide tackling and starting.
Yeah. Rooney's in the conversation, 100%. I just don't think he's better than Gerrard, but he's in the conversation without a doubt. Rooney was a sensational footballer. Anyway,
it's Henry and it's Rooney. Those are only ones. Then I've got Gerrard easily, but for me, you can't put him above Rooney and Henry. You can't. It's not fair to.
I think you can. I just don't think people want to have the conversation. but it's fine.
I'd love to say,
And I'll be honest with you, Cal. Henry is definitely for me the only one I'm accepting. I love Rooney. I think Rooney was so good. He weren't better
I don't
than
love
Gerrard.
Rooney.
I don't think.
I rate Rooney
was
very
better than
highly,
Gerrard.
but just for me personally, I rate Gerrard above Rooney.
Yeah, I put Gerrard
Wow.
above Rooney.
The only person,
I do.
in my opinion, that can talk to Gerrard is Henry, and I have to keep it a buck in it. Henry.
No, I'm totally.
If I'm being honest, after R9, Henry is the closest thing I've seen to like an R9, and I know there's never been R9, but like if that makes sense, like at one point I was genuinely thinking, am I going to sit here and watch this guy just freaking dominate the league for however long? It just got stupid at one point.
You forgot about Suarez.
We didn't do it long enough though. We're going to talk about legacy. If Suarez,
I thought you just meant ability. Sorry, because
No,
R9 never played in the Premier League, so I thought you were just talking
no.
about ability.
If Suarez would have done, you see, that's a different conversation. Because we're talking Prem. If we're talking of all time, that's a different conversation.
No, the conversation gets sticky of all time because Suarez is above Henry, and there's no conversation. Like we're talking all time, Suarez is above Henry, but we're sticking to Prem. Remember, because you said R9. I thought you was taking it out.
No. I'm just saying, like Henry in the Prem was just the skill set was just. But the fear factor, everything.
Henry's the only one I'm accepting, and
Henry was complete striker.
Respect out. I know Rooney was an absolute beast. He was. He's definitely top 3, top 4, top 5. Rooney was a beast. But for me, Henry's the only one I'm accepting above Gerrard.
Fair enough.
Only one
I'm not accepting anyone else apart from Henry and Rooney, but I've got to put Rooney in there. For me,
Rooney's there, but I think for me, Rooney goes 3. Gerrard is probably Gerrard 2, and Henry begrudgingly is first.
That's fair. All right, let's help these supers. Big up Beijing Reds TV. Matt right now. I hear voices in my head. They counsel me. They understand. They talk to me. Michael Edwards, watch out. You're about to get a punt kick.
You know what I rate about you, Cal? Is that somehow your brain is so switched on to even knowing what song it is. Like it takes me ages to figure it out. You're just like that, bro. I don't know how you do it, bro.
And even I was like, "What song is it?" And then only when you said, "Oh my days, bro."
Yeah, I don't know how you do it, bro.
Rosa says, "Would you sell Sobo or Salah if you had to this June?" No, not for me.
Is she asking like if you had to sell one of them? Or does she mean?
Oh, if you had to.
Or does she mean?
If I had to, it would be Szoboszlai. We got to be honest. After the season he had, there's no way we can say you'd let him go. You'd let Salah go over him.
I know why Rose is doing this, you know. I don't know why she wants to beat me every single show, bro. Every show, bro.
No, but who would it be, bro? Would it be Salah or Sobo?
Don't speak no English.
It'll be Salah. You're a madman, bro.
I just said don't speak no English.
You're a madman.
I don't need to answer these questions, bro. He wasn't directed at me. He was directed to the group.
I think Szoboszlai will come good, but if it literally just had to be out of those two based on the season they just had, it's not even a conversation.
Well, listen, I hope we don't even need to even enter that conversation at all. I pray we don't. But
which one would you, Cal, out of the two?
Mukuma. I said
no. Don't do it.
We moved on, bro.
No, we didn't, bro.
No,
you moved on.
Yeah, I'm honoring the super chat, isn't it?
So both of you lot would actually let Salah go instead of Szoboszlai. That's
I never
right,
said
shall
that.
I be completely honest with you?
She never said that.
Szoboszlai and Salah are probably two of my favorite outfield players at Liverpool. You know, I can't actually choose.
I don't think we need to have this conversation, though.
I can't do it.
We're just honoring the super chat.
I know.
No, but all jokes aside, if Rosa
respect,
means
Rosa,
if we, I don't know if
can't
she means if we literally have to pick one. I don't. That's what I don't.
Yeah,
think I
she did. She said pick one in the chat.
Oh, so what we were forced to sell one, basically.
Yeah. There's a crazy world where it's one or the other.
No speak no English.
Who looking at me?
She said, I meant pick. Yeah, she took it to you, Cal. Took it to you.
Pick what? My nose. I ain't got no
No.
bogey.
She said, she literally said, hold on, where is it? Yeah, she said pick twice. Yeah, I don't know, Carl. She wants an answer from you still.
I want a lot of things in life, man. I want to be rich. I want to be a billionaire so freaking bad. By all the things I never had. But I'm not. I don't know. I genuinely don't know.
That's wild, boys. I'm not even gonna lie. Szoboszlai.
No, because you're basing it off the season. If you're basing it off the season, but I'm thinking if you're selling one, it's permanent. They're gone in it. A lot of people believe Salah's on the decline.
It can only be based off the season, though, can't it? It can literally only be based off the season.
When you're selling,
it's got
to be based on what you're going to do.
She means forever. Like, so going forward, Salah gonna sell. Salah's gonna leave eventually anyway. So she's saying, do you sell him now?
Well, based off what Szoboszlai just did, I would still believe that a decline in Salah will give you better output than Szoboszlai will.
But here's the thing. Szoboszlai at the beginning of the season was a madman. If Slot gets Szoboszlai playing ball, it could be crazy.
But he was a madman in ways that I don't necessarily want.
Brother, he was insane.
He was brilliant at covering ground. He was defensively doing well. He was making up for us.
Klopp asked him to do too much.
He was doing things in that way. But when it comes to a player like Szoboszlai now, I actually just want driving with the ball, being productive and passing.
He was doing that at the beginning of the season.
Do you know what? I'd have to actually go back and watch how good his passing was because I think I was mesmerized by his work rate.
Running away from goal, the left-footed half volley, bro.
No, I'm not talking about shooting. I'm talking about his passing is what worries me more than anything.
His passing was fine beginning of the season as well.
It was, bro.
And I'm not going to say it wasn't, but I'd have to go back to remember it.
You know, in Football Manager, it's like Klopp changed the tactics completely. Like, I don't know, bro, because it's like he was asked to do. Remember, he was really asked to do quite a bit at the beginning anyway. Remember, we were going down to like 10 men and we like
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Were we mesmerized by the work rate and the effort?
Bro.
And
Was
he actually passing well?
Start of the season,
really remember.
Start of the season, he was
the work rate on top of the quality on the ball that was mesmerizing us because we hadn't seen this before.
Yeah, because we're saying work rate, but with quality.
We were used to seeing work rate, but without the silkiness and the finesse.
I'm not saying you lot are lying. I'm just saying I don't remember.
He merged it.
Yeah.
I'm just saying I don't remember. I'm not saying you lot are wrong. I'm saying I don't remember.
Makama says, Henry or Salah? I think Salah. What do you guys think? Premier League era Henry. Salah could do it though. Salah could actually change the conversation.
Could do, but not. It's still Henry though.
No, this is a techie one because obviously Salah's our boy, but I think it's Henry over Salah on.
Yeah, it's still Henry. Salah's Salah. What it is, a couple of years ago, that gap was like still, in my opinion, quite big. But I think Salah, if Salah's able to do like maybe, maybe a couple more years and still make a massive influence. There's a conversation to
No, but that's a conversation of legacy, then, really, isn't it? But if we're talking ability, I don't think Salah's ever been able to talk to Henry. If we're just talking ability, I don't think Salah's ever been able to talk to Henry.
No, because Henry's abilities, like I said, is different.
That's one of those ones where you've just got to be honest and you can't use the bias because he's a Liverpool
when you think of Salah, I think I guess the factor will be output. But if we talk about overall player,
statistically, 100% Salah talks to Henry all day long.
As a player,
but we're talking about ability, it's not. It's not a conversation.
Henry was fake, bro.
Yeah, it's not a conversation.
Henry was fake, bro.
Zia says Stevie G is an 8-10 in any position on the field, the best. He's up there, man.
This is what I'm saying. Like everywhere he played, he was giving you at least 8 out of 10. He was such a sensational baller. It's ridiculous.
No, of course.
I miss Gerrard, man. If I could make any time machine and bring Gerrard back to this era,
trust me, fam. If Gerrard,
there's two things you'd want to do: sit down Suarez and educate him, so that he didn't turn into a racist, and and then bring him back, and then bring back a non-racist
I don't
Suarez
think
and
you can change
Gerrard.
Suarez, you
Mad
know.
thing.
Well,
He's
because
too
Suarez
tapped.
would have always wanted to go Barcelona. It was always going to happen, man.
Suarez was just tapped, bro.
Yeah,
from
but
the
I don't
jump.
care if he gave us 3 or 4 years in the best
I
team,
did,
just
man.
badding it up
Suarez,
and all
man.
that.
Bun him. Bun him.
Suarez was tapped, bro. He was tapped.
AM says, yeah, Dutch league is fried. Remember
But he
Jose
was,
Altidore? Yeah, I remember
Oh,
Jose
he was
Altidore.
coldest though. He was the coldest, but he was just tapped.
Frankie says Gerrard definitely had more heart than Henry. I completely agree. Checked his expected minutes, beats per minute and per night is not.
Nah, that
Do you know what? That's another thing. I think Henry's heart and desire get slept on. You know, Henry
I
did
think,
not like losing. You know, and he'd run his socks off. I think people because he's silky and all that, he didn't really do much shouting.
Because
and all
people
that.
would look at his finals records and think, "Oh, you should have done." I think that's what it is for me, anyway. That's what I think they say.
I mean,
that
one of the
Plus,
finals, we did kind of rob him. To be fair,
he
with
wasn't
Onto
asked to
on the
do
line
anywhere
and
near
all
as much defensive work as what these
Yeah,
winners
of
are
course.
now.
No, that's
Like,
true.
it was
That's
a different. It was a different world back then. It was a different world.
He also had one of the greatest number 10s to play the game as well, supplying him, which was insane, bro. That's not taking anything away from Henry. I'm just saying he was lucky to play with a player of that caliber.
Yeah.
The one thing I'll always say about Henry that I know nobody will ever really want to have the conversation about is, as goated as his peak was, his fall off was way sooner than a lot of the players who now get ridiculed.
Yeah.
Like by the time Henry was like 29, he was already declining.
Yeah,
Like now you get slated if
Yeah.
you're 31 and declining. Do you know what I mean? Like Henry was 32 and in America. I just want to actually add some
when he
context.
went Barca, he was
32
he wasn't even
in
the same
America.
anymore.
Can you imagine what a 32-year-old would be ridiculed for now if they were like, imagine if Kevin De Bruyne went to America at 32. Do you know how much slack he would have got for that? So I'm just saying.
I'm just gonna call you G. How did Gerrard, Torres, Chabi, and Mascherano not win a trophy? Because
We
no
asked
disrespect
ourselves
to these
that
players,
question
there were squad players like David Ngo and Elzar, and the squad just wasn't as good as our competitors.
First 11 was very good, but after
First
that,
11 was excellent.
it got a bit shaky still.
But then again, I'll say first 11. You look at the wide areas. Albert Riera and Dirk Kuyt, they needed to be improved if you're gonna win that Prem, innit?
That's true.
Promo. Would you rather have Gerrard in 17-18 next to Coutinho or 18-19 with Fabinho? Imagine him versus Real Madrid in the Champions League finals we lost. 18-19 because we do check this. 18-19.
Yeah,
we do the league and Champions League double. We also do Centurion and undefeated with Gerrard. How about that?
Yeah.
It's done.
Facts.
But I'll say this, Cal. If we had him in 17-18, we'd also have had him in 18-19. Because he's not going to leave.
No, but that was
you had to pick one though, innit? I see what you did there. Still.
We wouldn't have had to. We wouldn't have had Coutinho over 17-18 though.
You got to twist the question, you know.
Look at that, bro. Gerrard even tried to save Coutinho's career as well.
He did.
Don't save her. He'll want to be saved. Don't save her.
Don't say a word.
No, I'm not saying nothing. I'm not saying nothing. Big up Coutinho as always.
Come on, man. You can't still be angry at Coutinho. He tried everything to help us win the league.
To this day.
He tried everything he could to help us win the league, Cal. You have to forgive him at some point.
Oh,
man.
one game, bro.
What, Bob? It was almost the best thing that ever happened, bro. What are you talking about?
He also faked back injuries and said that he was being.
Nah, leave him alone. What's wrong with
so
you?
did Mascherano, but you ain't got that heat for
Mascherano refused to play if not, it'll be sold.
No, Cal, you haven't got hate for Mash.
Something like that. Mascherano went on strike, remember?
No, you haven't, Cal. You have. Bro, when we mention Mascherano, you just feel a little disappointed. When we mention Coutinho, you get angry, bro.
That's because you lot tried to flog him back to the club.
No, bro.
No, bro. You got more hate for Coutinho than Mash.
You're telling me when he didn't go loan to
Yeah.
Aston Villa, you weren't trying to get him back. Don't lie, you lot. Don't.
Of course I wanted him back, bro. 100%. Coutinho's the second most heartbroken I've ever been. Torres was first. Coutinho was second, bro.
So you were more heartbroken over losing Coutinho than Gerrard leaving. Liverpool.
No, but Gerrard was 35 and retiring. Like
I don't
that
care
was.
how old he was,
I knew that was gonna happen. That's not the same, bro.
We missed out on Gerrard playing under Klopp.
No, but Gerrard it is though. Can I
No,
be
but
honest?
you know
We
what I
saw-
mean, bro. That's different.
I know what
bro.
Jeff means. We saw the prime of Gerrard at Liverpool. We never saw the prime of Coutinho at Liverpool. Well, we kind of did, but we didn't, if that makes sense. Because when he went to Barca, he was still good, but then they misused him, and then he just was just lost from there. If we would have kept Coutinho, like basically, Coutinho probably only would have left now when Firmino left last season before last. Imagine that.
He didn't know.
Look at the way you see your face. You're reminiscing already, isn't it? You're thinking what could have been.
No, but he
I'm just
didn't.
saying. No, but that's why it's in a weird way it's worse, bro. Hey, listen, the chat don't miss nothing.
No.
It's documented, bro.
That was an out of body experience, to be fair.
That's when we were 15 minutes away from winning the league, bro.
I'm not gonna lie. I did say I'd actually get him tattooed as well, innit?
Yeah, you did.
I think
bro.
so, yeah.
You did, bro.
That almost happened.
I'm sorry. Coutinho, Salah, Mane, and Bobby playing together for about 2 or 3 years is the worst thing that didn't happen to Liverpool. We would have fucking
And whose fault was it?
this league alive.
No, it would have been a mazza.
We would have cooked this league alive.
Because it wasn't, remember, we were just known at that point for being the front three. You add Coutinho in. Remember, we got 6 months of Coutinho.
It wasn't even
And do you know
6
what,
months.
bruv, do you know what he did in them 6 months? In those 6 months, I know he was playing for the move, but he just went crazy. It's mad. It's mad.
Well, it should have been Fekir after that, and I never got that either, did I? So
It's not happening again, man. It's not happening, man. You can't make an announcement video and then it just doesn't.
It's so
it
annoying,
doesn't
you know, 'cause
surface.
it's like when we signed Suarez and we never got to see Torres and Suarez because Torres buggered off as well. It's like, why do we keep getting robbed of what could be like the greatest thing, and we just keep getting robbed of it? It's so annoying, man.
Just bare heartbreak, fam.
Yeah, bro, it's so annoying.
Torres injured, Sturridge injured, Suarez racist, Coutinho wants to leave.
Yeah, it's mad.
It goes back decades. Harry Kewell, mash up, injuries.
Yeah.
All of them. Agar, mash up.
Yeah,
Mad.
mad still.
It's mad. It's mad. I can't even lie.
Been a good Thursday though.
Oh, well, here's what it is. He's not airing it, and he buggered off. So,
It's crazy.
anything you guys want to add before we say goodnight to the people?
I'll never forgive Rafa Benitez for selling Alonso and trying to get Gareth Barry, not even doing that. He sold Alonso because Alonso wanted to see the birth of his child.
Yeah, that was wild.
Matt, at this point, I wish we had got Gareth Barry.
What, for Alonso?
No, instead of Aquilani.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He was a
for
very
real.
good player.
He
Just
was
wasn't
a
very
talent,
good.
Talent-wise,
He-
Aquilani was
but,
good.
Roma, he
That's
was
one of the worst
cold.
transfers ever.
No, don't drift. Again, injuries.
Yeah, it was the injuries.
It's always
the
injuries in Liverpool.
Yeah,
We're never
yeah,
going
yeah.
to it. It's long.
Aquilani
I
was
don't
a
think
baller,
I don't
but
think he
injuries.
worked well under Benitez. Benitez
Who?
needed Aquilani was nothing like Alonso. Aquilani was almost a 10 in the Benitez system, but yeah, Gerrard there. We needed someone who was a deep line
So
player.
why the flip did Benitez go and get him? It still make no damn sense with this guy, you know.
I don't.
Do you know what? Gareth Barry for Xabi Alonso is one of the worst things. But in isolation, Gareth Barry was actually a brilliant footballer.
No, but
Very
for
good
when you, no, he was, bro. But when you consider, bro, Alonso one of the greatest of his generation. Bro.
No, I know, but there's almost a part of me that's like, it was a dumb decision, but if only it had happened. Because
No, it
instead
should
of
never be-
Aquilani, Gareth
Benitez-
Barry, we would have still
Benitez-
actually been a lot better.
Benitez
We
went
also sold
mad.
Robbie Keane halfway through the season after buying him.
That is no, but you know the story behind that, though, right?
What's the story? What
The
Benitez
story
got
behind
upset
it is
because
we
he started
let-
showing
no,
flair.
This is when you knew we needed people like Edwards. The only reason we commissioned the Robbie Keane move back is because Arshavin was coming to Liverpool.
Oh yes, sorry.
And
yeah.
last minute, Arsenal offered Arshavin more money, and he did the mercenary thing. But we, like idiots, had already commissioned Robbie Keane
So
to
the
Tottenham.
CEO
So
back
once
then would have
Arshavin
been Rick
accepted the
Parry.
higher amount, there was
No, it
nothing
wasn't.
we
It was,
could do
it was
about it.
Hicks and Gillette.
Was it
Yeah.
Gillette? I want Parry. Oh, okay.
No,
Yeah,
not Parry.
you know what I'm
Parry's
saying?
one that mashed up the Samal deal, innit?
That was the. How do you let the player go before
And the Danny
you
Alves.
get the
No, Danny
player in?
Alves. Who was Danny? But I can't even get into all this stuff, man. It's just getting me mad.
And we would
Who's
have won the
handed
league
the-
if we'd have signed Arshavin, by the way. If we had signed
Yeah.
Arshavin, we would have won the league that year.
Here's another one. We said bye to Anelka after a loan and got Diouf. That was Houllier. Rest his soul.
Yeah, big up.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna say anything about Houllier. Rest his soul.
Yeah,
Man.
I'm not gonna lie. I love Houllier to bits, you know.
But Houllier, Houlier's
He's
a
such
legend.
an underrated piece of our history.
Yeah.
It's unreal.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, 100%. Although what I will say in his defense, that was when it really was fashionable to be gassed over a tournament, and just World Cup was absolutely brilliant.
But we had a Nelka.
No, I know. But are you
No,
not
but-
forgetting? Just World Cup was brilliant.
No, but you know what
Like,
made it even worse? We done the 2-for-1. Remember, it was Diouf and João, bro.
No, but I think Diao had nothing to do with the Anelka stuff. That was just
Do you know what
we
it was?
needed a
It's like
midfielder.
if you get, I don't even know, you get this. You
Because
get the
remember,
album
Diao had
and
a
there's
brilliant
there's a
World Cup
bonus
as well,
CD
bro.
that goes with it, bro.
I know. But,
Diao was the bonus CD with the free
hold
extra
on. So,
track.
no,
one,
Diao had a
remember,
good
one
World Cup
stage
as
we
well,
had
bro. He
we
a
had
good World Cup as well.
Heskey, we had Heskey, Owen, and Nelka, and who was the fourth striker? There was another striker, Fowler. If I'm not mistaken, was
Had
it
Fowler not gone at that point? I think Fowler might
Yes,
have gone.
Fowler
at
had
that
gone
point.
by that point.
Might have been
Yeah.
still.
But we had four. It was a Nelka, Owen, Heskey, and someone else. Who was the fourth?
Are you sure we had
Littman. Was it
another one?
Littmanen? It might have
Was
been
it Yari?
Littmanen.
Yari was our techers, you know.
Remember, Littmanen was more of a 10 than a striker, though.
He was.
I know, but he played up top though.
I was so excited when we signed.
The thing
Yari
is, as much
Littmanen.
as I get mad about Rafa Benitez, I have to remember the amount of times he said he tried to get David Silva. He tried
Was
to get
Pongo
Guerrero,
there at
didn't
that
get the
time,
money.
Carl? He might be the one you're thinking of. Was it
Nah,
Pongo that
Pongo
was
came
it?
slightly after.
Oh.
He's another one. I don't know why Rafa didn't give him a chance either.
Who,
Pongo.
Yeah.
Same
You know
thing
what?
as
He
with
was
Talat,
like
man.
Rafa
Them man are
Benitez
French.
is
Benitez is
Origi, innit?
Spanish.
Like he did have some moments where he came off the bench and was like,
I
"This
know,
is like
bro.
a shoot."
Luton in
Yeah,
the FA Cup, he scored a brace.
Bruv, I think we forget.
Real
as much-
Betis in the first game of the Champions
Bruv,
League.
as much as we
after
rate
won it.
Benitez, as much
Yeah,
as we
yeah.
rate
Pongo was
Benitez,
a little.
he looked at Cisse and said, "You're French, fam. Get out, bro. I don't like you, bro."
I felt so sad for Cisse, you know.
You can tell Houllier brought.
It was the
Remember,
injury,
Houllier
it was
Signed
the
for
injury,
Houllier and then had to
Nah,
play
but
under
he went. Rafa
Benitez.
didn't put Rafa. You could tell Rafa. He could tell he didn't.
Yeah,
fit.
Rafa
Bruv,
didn't
he
like
said he
him.
kind of didn't. It was Barros.
No,
He got on better with Barros.
no. That's disingenuous, boys. He got injured as soon as Rafa came to the
Bro,
club.
there was already a bit of a thing anyway when
But Rafa started playing him on the wing, Cal.
No, he was playing up top and then got injured. He got injured like in his third.
No,
or
I know
fourth
people
game.
bring up his injuries, but Rafa didn't really want Cisse from what came out of the club at him. Because remember, he was a Houllier transfer.
No,
Literally
I
Houllier.
hear that.
That's Houlier's like brethren.
But Rafa was starting him until he got the injury, and then even when he got the injury, came back from the injury.
I love
he was
Rafa to a
playing.
degree, yeah, because he got.
No,
such
but if
underpaid,
I'm not
and he made
mistaken,
some
did he not
mad
force
decisions.
Cisse out and to play Barros?
No, Cisse got injured. That's why he played Barros.
No, I know.
And
no,
then we
but
signed
wasn't he
Crouch.
picking
Then we signed
Barros
Crouch
over
in the
Cisse
following summer,
anyway?
and then it was him and Crouch playing up top.
Did you not think that was a good signing, Rafa getting Crouch?
Yeah, Crouch was sick.
At the time, it made sense. At the time, it was big man, little man, innit? It made sense at the time.
I actually was very annoyed that we lost Crouch, but I understand why he left because Torres was just the guy in it. But if we were able to keep Crouch for a bit longer, he would have been.
That's
really
what I'm saying,
good.
bro. This is the thing. As much as Rafa made some mad decisions, bro, Rafa Benitez kind of went on record. He tried to get David Villa. He tried to get David Silva. But he tried to get them players there. You know,
He tried to sign Rivaldo. He tried to sign
He
Samal.
just
There
didn't
was
have the
a lot of
funds. He
players.
just said, "I didn't have the money."
Can you imagine if we had Gerrard, Silva, Villa, and Torres?
Yeah, that would have been nuts.
Bro,
You see
if
David
Rafa-
Villa?
Yeah.
On a personal level, David Villa's top 5 striker for me.
You're forgetting about another player we could have got if Rafa was given the money. Danny Alves, bro.
Oh,
Remember? Liverpool offered 8 million, and I think in the end he went for 14. We didn't want to bump up the extra 4 mil. Remember, and the thing is about Rafa Benitez, this is one thing I will give him respect. Rafa Benitez was mad when he didn't get funds. You say Rago. We don't have the capacity. We don't have it.
Shall I be real with you? David Villa might have been better than Torres, you know.
Not at his peak, but his
longevity-wise.
career possibly.
Longevity-wise, he was an absolute mad.
Not at his peak, but career-wise, he is.
At his peak, David Villa might have been better.
Why do you want to do this, bro?
I'm just saying.
Why?
David
David
Villa
Who
might
scored,
right.
who scored the winning goal against Germany?
David Villa was
No, that was Torres.
No.
Torres was a G, man. Torres was a
For
G.
me, they were just good as each other. But I think Torres hit a higher in that 2-year span. Torres was the best striker in the world.
I know David Villa, bro. I don't know. You know,
No,
David Villa.
Villa was the actually, you know what? Villa, no, he was just
Villa
a
was
cold
scoring from
No.
halfway line with weaker foot and all that nonsense.
Let's leave that. Let's leave that out, bro. David's cold. We know he's cold. He's
He
too
was
cold.
so sick.
I still think people sleep on the fact that when Torres had that 2-year peak, he might be one of the greatest things that we've ever seen. Because of everything after that, it's like people forget that. Go and ask people. People were more scared of Torres than they were of Suarez. That peak Torres. Go and ask all the rivals. Everybody was bricking it. If you was playing Liverpool, Torres was just everybody was like, it's crazy.
Vidic just used to see Rizzler paper when he saw Torres, innit?
Yeah, bro. He used to roll himself up in that spliff, bro. You know,
Rizzler.
4 times against Liverpool.
I know, that is mad still. That is mad.
4
I'm
times
telling you,
he's been
man,
sent off against Liverpool.
That Benitez, again, he done some mad stuff, but he did try that. Can't say he didn't try. He tried to do some stuff, and then some things he went a bit mad, but yeah, man.
Yeah, such a shame, man. Such a shame. Anything you want to add, boys, before we say goodnight?
We got the people once again, man.
Been a good
Love
Thursday.
that each and every time,
You know
man.
what I mean?
Oh, before I go,
Respect.
big up Jamie Phillips. He sent this team in, boys. Remember we did the team on selling and buy. This would be his team. So I'll just read it out. So Allison and Yaros. Trent is keeping it right back with Bradley. Konate and Kwanzaa. Virgil and then Hincape coming in to deputise Virgil and potentially play left. He's gone Yusuf Fofana and Edison for midfield. Mack in the 10. Johan Bakayoko coming in. Szoboszlai left with Gakpo and then Jota and Nunez.
I'm trying to figure out who would have been sold in the midfield, because if he's bringing in the 2 midfield, I'm trying to think who
I think you can only do 2 players per position on this.
Does
bracket.
this fit?
So he isn't saying he would have sold the player. He's
No. He's only selling. Jay's only selling Gomez and Diaz and Stefan Bajcetic on loan.
I disagree with selling Gomez, but if Diaz goes, are we really sure that Szoboszlai can play left wing?
He's played most of his career there.
Yes and no,
He
like a hybrid. It's like a floating 10, yeah, because they played the 4-2-2 at Leipzig them time.
Which effectively is what could happen with Slot, potentially.
Yeah.
Look, I'm all for Szoboszlai coming through and badding up the team, because it ain't like he ain't got the talent to do it.
No, it's real.
Promo said, boys, for the last 10 games of the season just gone, would you rather have Prime Suarez in the team or Prime Gerrard? For the last 10
Gerrard.
It would always be Gerrard, you know.
Prime Gerrard.
Oh no, for the sake of this comment, Prime Suarez for the sake of this.
No,
we were
Suarez
missing.
it'd be something
You
racist.
swap Szoboszlai with Gerrard and we win the league so easily.
Hold on, guys.
Suarez did something racist.
Guys. Last 10 games of the season, you put Suarez in, we win the league. We lost out on the league pretty much because we were missing chances.
No, I hear that, but Gerrard would have been scoring the chances and bossing the pitch as well. Because remember, we started to lose a bit of control in games as well.
I know what the answer is, but I just don't want to say it, innit?
The thing is, I think both. I think it's both,
is.
really. I think it's both, really.
But think of the chances that Salah, Nunez, Diaz, them man all missed. You put Suarez in that
No,
situation.
I'm not gonna lie. Carl's right. I just didn't want to say it still.
No, I hear you. But what I'm saying is, Gerrard would also have been controlling games and scoring goals.
Yeah, but bun control when you're winning games. I've just lost 10
We control's what we all want, and that's what we all
No, we needed
goals.
If we needed goals, you think Palace are beating us 1-0 if Suarez is on the pitch? Prime Suarez, teeth out.
I'm gonna.
This Suarez.
You know what? No, absolutely no disrespect to absolutely no disrespect to Virgil.
This Suarez, Drew.
No disrespect to Virgil.
You're gonna do too much. You're gonna do too much.
But I also believe that it was a slight bit of a leadership issue where that wouldn't happen with Gerrard.
So leadership, why the strikers can't finish?
No, I'm saying, genuinely
Got some
speaking, you see the
Virgil
way
now, you know.
standards of everybody just seem to like come
why I don't want to
crashing
go
down
down
a
this.
bit.
You're,
I don't think Gerrard lets that
someone
now,
just
you
wants
know.
me and Drift to beef again, and I'm not doing it. I ain't doing it.
Raw.
I ain't doing it. Man
This ain't
said
a beef
elite.
thing. I'm just saying, I
Man
don't
said
think
a
Gerrard would have
lead.
let the
All right, all
standards
jokes
drop.
aside, yeah, a leadership issue. Does leadership get in the way when you can't bear your chances?
But it wasn't just about the goals. I think it's
Man, are
so easy to
skying
keep
from
blaming
2
Nunez
yards.
and
Sky.
look, I'm gonna be honest with you. It's very easy for
Crazy,
everybody
bro.
to just lean on the fact of let's just start burying Nunez and Diaz and say it was because we were missing chances. We actually had a
Salah was missing
structural
chances as well,
mentality, fatigue,
Bruv,
like the
no, but-
standards just dropped for
Drift,
everybody.
no, what you're saying isn't even necessarily totally wrong, but I would say there was more emphasis on our attackers letting us down. Because think about
So
this,
the defenders weren't doing a mad thing. The midfielders
no.
weren't starting to play poorly.
No one's not saying
Come
that,
on, man.
but bro, if them man finished the dinner, they can paper over the cracks. But the cracks were there for everyone to see.
And I agree. That's the reason why I said I think it's possible. I think both.
Wait, I'm gonna read the results of the last
You know
10
what it was?
Premier
We
League
got,
games.
you know, have you ever had a liver shot before? Like, you ever done like?
Yeah, I have. Yeah.
No,
You
I
had a
haven't, and I don't
Right,
want one.
see liver shot, yeah. You can't
Your
trick
body
your
switches
opponent.
off.
Yeah, bruv, liver shot.
I look like I
shut
was
down. You
whining
can't
with the
disguise
floor,
it.
bro.
We couldn't disguise the fact that we couldn't finish, bro.
I look like I was grinding the wood on the floor, bro. It's embarrassing.
Bruv, you
It's
can't
embarrassing.
disguise that. Like how we couldn't disguise our attackers, bruv. We couldn't disguise the fact that we can't finish.
By the way, I'm not attacking Virgil. I think Virgil's a good captain, but we have to admit something happened with the mentality of the team that I don't think Gerrard would have. I think Gerrard would have coped with better. That's all I'm saying. I think Gerrard would have coped better with that situation.
I'm just going to read out the results from the
He
last
would have
10
grabbed
games.
games by the scruff of the neck, and he would have won those games by himself. He don't need strikers finishing. He'll score.
So what's the point of having freaking strikers?
I'm going to read out the results of the last 10 games. Liverpool 2, Brighton 1. Liverpool 3, Sheffield 1. 2-2 Man United.
We win that game with Gerrard more than Suarez.
Okay.
Gerrard was the OT GOAT. He loved going to Old Trafford. Okay.
So what? Suarez didn't?
Not as much as Gerrard.
He loved it just as much as Gerrard.
Gerrard played in the league for how long compared to Suarez? In the press?
Yeah, exactly. So he's got more experience.
Bro,
anyway,
Suarez is a madman, bro.
Crystal Palace beat us 1-0.
Yeah,
Gerrard wins that game more than Suarez does.
Suarez wins that game.
Suarez
Everton 2-0.
If I'm not mistaken, we didn't actually create many chances in that Palace game.
So what we're saying that Suarez can't create.
Hold on, Drifty, you forgetting, bro?
Yeah, he's forgotten already, bro. Don't just leave it.
What was
Curtis Jones 1-on-1, Jota missing in front of goal. Nunez
Jones
missing
in front of goals.
Well, there you go. Jones would have been Gerrard. Bang, goal. We win the game.
Bruv, Nunez and Jota would have been Suarez. You wouldn't even have needed Gerrard's goal.
I don't think Jota played in that game.
Bruv, bruv.
Don't you remember when Jota came on?
Did Jota play in the Crystal Palace game?
Yes, Jota played. I can't remember if he played the full game, but he definitely played. 100%. I can't remember if he came on as a sub.
Now, you know. I love Gerrard, but we needed Suarez. We needed a goal scorer.
We needed, yeah.
I think both would have won it. I don't think there's a wrong answer. I think both. I think you put if you either swap Nunez with Suarez or you swap Szoboszlai with Gerrard, and I think we win the league either way. I don't disagree with it on Suarez. I think both win it. I just think whichever one you want to do, you do it, and then we win it. Simple.
We'd have had control of the game with Suarez as well, because Suarez would have packed in a goal from early in the
No, that's definitely more Gerrard. Controlling the games is more Gerrard.
And I'm not gonna lie, this is an uncomfortable conversation. Suarez might be a better free kick taker than Gerrard.
I mean, there's a conversation there.
I'm just saying, Suarez is
we have a bigger sample size of Gerrard doing it, but Suarez was brilliant at free kicks.
Suarez was cold, bro.
I'm just saying, look, you've got McAllister and you've got Gerrard in the 2-8s controlling games. I'm just saying.
Those one-on-ones, give them to Suarez.
I'm going to ask a question here. Is Gerrard doing the most, though, for inverting Trent?
We wouldn't need to invert Trent if we had Gerrard. We wouldn't, honestly. We wouldn't need
plays in the midfield at all times.
If Klopp had Gerrard, he wouldn't invert Trent.
I don't know. Weirder things have happened.
And then Trent's creativity from the wide would have been good. He would have been whipping in the crosses. Gerrard's brilliant at headering. He would have been making them late runs, getting on the end of headers. He'd have been scoring the goals. And there's no wrong answer.
But Trent might not have the desire to get back and be traditional right back. He might not have the desire anymore.
No, come on, man. Getting up and down.
I'm just saying, bruv. He wants to be a midfielder. You don't want to. You don't want to be right back no more.
He could be looking at Gerrard saying, "You took everything I worked for."
You know what? Another thing I'll give you, like, if you had Gerrard, you have more defensive stability from set pieces from our end, because we became a little bit weak at defending set pieces. You add Gerrard in there, that gives you a strength on the defensive side as well as on the offensive side. So you can go both ways. You can go both. You look at the Everton game. Look at the Everton game. You put Gerrard in that Everton game, we don't get beat up like that and bullied and slapped around.
Put Suarez in that Everton game, and Nunez, he scores the chance that
Suarez might get sent off to Rotted.
Oh, what? Gerrard wouldn't. You know, Gerrard got most with red cards against Everton and Man United, right?
Yeah, I know. As soon as I said it, I realized.
Got the worst challenge. I remember the Naismith. Naismith screamed.
No. As soon as I said it, I remembered how many times Gerrard got sent off. But
that's actually a massive.
I still believe the mentality thing from Gerrard would have massively helped. It would have massively helped. You know what I mean? But it is what it is.
And people, it's been an absolute
Gerrard would have
pleasure.
slapped a few people.
I was going to say we'll be back tomorrow, but we'll be back later on tonight. Got to call in.
Calling.
Last Friday of the month. You know what time it is. Call-in show. So, yeah, unless anything crazy happens during the day tomorrow, we shall see you in the evening. Been a hell of a show.
We will.
And we've had well over 800 strong for the entire show.
Yeah, we have. Big up the people each and every time, man. Trust.
Until we see you later. Stay safe, stay blessed. We're Kop-Ish out, people. Take care.
Peace.
Love.